Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm LaReina Creole, of course, always keeping it real when it comes to theme parks and never mind Professor X. Anyway, welcome to the Resort Recon Live podcast. This is my in studio show where we keep you up to date with what's going on in theme parks, more specifically here in the Orlando, Florida area. But some of my friends on occasion will drop in to give us the straight dope on what's going on out at the West Coast parks. We've got a packed show for you today. We've got some news about a new exhibit that's out of the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Center that you might want to check out. Definitely some up to date news about Halloween Horror Nights. And if you are a pass holder, you definitely want to stay tuned to what's going on in this podcast. I've got some up to date information about a perk that is worth its weight in gold when it comes to Halloween Horror Nights. And of course, we are going to be talking about the destruction of Rivers of America because your girl got to see the last cruise of the Liberty Bell and got to go on the really, really, really last cruise of the Liberty Bell. So we're going to be talking about that and a rumor that the Liberty Bell riverboat may be headed to the scrap heap. Yeah, so we're gonna talk about that. But we got 21 of you guys in here so far. I see you guys coming in here in between my channel on YouTube, my stream over on X, and in addition, we've got folks simultaneously watching over there on Ron's channel, Follow the Badleys Fun. So without further ado, let's bring in my theme park aficionados. We've got Tom F. and we've got Ron from Follow the Bradley's Fun with us. How you guys doing?
Hello there.
Doing good.
I'm with you, LaReina. Let's all cheers.
Cheers.
Hey, I brought the Deathly Hollows cup.
Deathly Hallows Cup.
I
What you got?
I got Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico Cup. I've got Oogie Boogie.
Oogie Boogie. That's a mean looking cup, LaReina.
I like that.
Got it from
the try to drink it.
I got it from the what's that place? Character Warehouse. So yeah, when it heats up, you see the bugs in its. It's one of those things where if you see it, like, and Ron is right. When you go to Character Warehouse, there's like a rope drop for Character Warehouse because you never know what's going to be there. And this is one of those things where if people see it, they're not going to grab one; they're going to grab two or more for stuff like this. I think this was like $8, I think, and retail like 25.
All right, so LaReina, if Thor drinks whiskey out of that and then throws it down, what do you call that? It's the Oogie Boogie Bash.
The dum-dum.
Dum.
Though I will say, as much as I give Disney crap for the price point for Not So Scary Halloween Party, that stage show, when Oogie Boogie comes out, there's two people people flip out. One, of course, is Dr. Facilier, and the other one is when Oogie Boogie comes out. And people just like lose it and just it's so cool.
The parade and the show are, I mean, that those two things really are worth the price of admission. And that's really what you go there for. I remember like when we went, we didn't ride a single ride. I mean, of course, I'm a local and pass holder, so I can ride rides anytime. So we just like sucked in all the atmosphere, the Halloween stuff, the parade. I'm so glad they're bringing a nighttime parade back because the Halloween parade it's really good. And the Headless Horseman, you're like, oh my gosh. Yeah, it's all that stuff. Those are the reasons that you go to the Halloween party, even though, what is it like? Is it what? It's over 200 for the last few days.
Definitely over 200 for Halloween night. Did that one time to do it because it was on Camera Girl's bucket list. So we did it, and that was the end of that. It's like 149 opening night. I think you get $10 off as a pass holder, and then the nights in August are like I think 100 and 119. But yeah, just like Ron said, it's a boutique experience. And the other perk, maybe this is just me because I'm a hoarder, getting as much freaking candy as I possibly can. I'm not done unless my backpack is so heavy with candy. And that last half hour, going through and getting it all. I'm just
Well,
like,
it's
get it
when
all.
they're like doing this, and they've got the
Hmm.
last bit of the day, and they're just shoving it to you. It's
Yep,
great.
they're bringing out the extra boxes, like just load it up, load it up, load it up. Load it all up. So, uh,
We
we
did that
will.
twice. Linda
You
has
did
one of
that
those
twice.
Linda has one of those boo bags, the old white ones
Yeah.
that looks like Goat Mickey Mouse, and she went through that a couple of times, and it filled up twice. I dumped it into my backpack, and it's like, yeah, this is like endless. But
Hmm.
that was a while ago.
That's what I did. And some of them you go in, they hit you up with candy barrels twice when you go in and also when you go out. But we are going to have a stream about attending Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party, attending, planning, all of that stuff, because some people would probably want information about that. And of course, we give you the information to make the most out of your money, because I'll tell you right now, with that party, you need to make a decision. Are you going to ride attractions, or are you going to experience the event? That is literally the choice that you're going to have to make. So let's see who we've got in the chat before we start kicking it off with our news for the week. Phil Metzger is here. Said, should you mention blog? Mickey heard they're dismantling the Liberty Bell, and no reaction from Jeff Vale. He does have a Gmail address too. Short sightedness always ruins companies. Phil, I did hear about that, and yes, I do have the article queued. We're going to be talking about that the latter part of the show. So thank you for bringing that up. We've got Snorter Poopus Cuber in the house. Hello, humans and other critters. One of my wrench crew. I have to get a name for you guys actually for all my wrenches. Let's see, Tom. Oh wait, see, Tom, DJ Knight is here. Hi, LaReina. Hello, good seeing you. Tom F is here as well. Of course, he's on the
That
panel.
guy's annoying.
What?
He's everywhere. That wrench, he's annoying.
Is he the one with the blue wrench and holds it
He's the one with the
up?
blue wrench.
All that.
He's one of these.
He's got the blue wrench. Yeah, Erica's got to get the pink wrench.
Hey Tom,
Get Erica
do some Pedro Summer sizzle with that wrench.
Come here, Ron. Come here, Ron.
Sarah Rust is here. Says hi, guys.
Here, Ron. I'm going to turn your wrench. I'm going to turn your gears, Ron.
Sarah's got that beautiful calico cat avatar. I love it, love it, love it, love it. John the Beagle Dad is here. Hello. The beautiful beagle in the picture there. Love it. And let's see who else we got. Alan here is here. Greetings programs. Channel member as well. Thank you guys so much for being channel members. I appreciate it so very much. We've got Goofar35 in the house. Says hi there. We have also got Far Bricks Studio in here as well, watching from over on Ron's channel. Good seeing you. Good seeing you. And let's see, this is someone new I haven't seen in the chat. We love new people. Kentucky Chick, who says howdy all. Well, howdy and hello. I'm loving the hair color in that avatar. It looks amazing. Amazing. Let's see. No surprise there, but yeah, they do. They do. They really do. American history is problematic. Yeah. But they won't say the quiet part out loud yet. Scrap heat, just like the Nautilus boats from you know what? Yeah, don't bring that one up. Don't bring that one up. I'm saltier more about, let's see, in the level of saltiness. Let's see, Splash Mountain would be the first one That'll be number one. Number two would be Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. Number three, of course, would be the Liberty Bell. Nautilus would be number four. That was such a cool yet cheesy attraction with amazing practical effects. I only got to do that one time.
I went on that a couple of times as a kid, and
Yeah.
that was awesome. I miss that a lot.
They still have
I'm
what
jealous every
the
time. You know, I know it was changed in California, but at least they still have some semblance
yeah.
of it.
Hmm.
And it's just like, man,
My dad had how shows how old this was. Super 8 film that he had like transferred to VHS of going on 2000 Leagues Under the Sea. I think like in 1972 that they went.
wow.
And that was my memory of seeing that because did never got the chance to get on it. I think no, not, I never got the chance. By the time I went, I think was like the last year that it was open. And it's
You know,
if you are a fan of 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, whether the films, whether the books, because I love Jules Verne, that is something that is missing, and it's such a loss. Although I will say, if you go to Epic Universe and you go to the Atlantic restaurant, if you're a Jules Verne fan, you are going to love it over there.
Could you picture if they would have made an underwater dining room and themed it like you were in the Nautilus, right in that pool? That would have been so. That would have
that
been that.
that would have been so darn awesome. I mean, just there, there's just there's so much there's something special about those classic books, and you have attractions based on those classic books. Just something
it's
about it.
one of the problems with getting rid of Tom Sawyer's Island is you're turning kids away from reading what they should be reading. I mean, every kid should be reading The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn and 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and all that. And
Mhm.
with all these particular changes, I am quite surprised, and hopefully nobody from Disney hears this and gets the wrong idea. I'm quite surprised that the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse
Shh,
Shut up!
I
shh,
know, I
Stop!
know.
shh.
I'm like, why can't Tomorrowland Speedway be considered problematic?
I wish it would
Because it's
be.
sponsored.
You know what? It's bad when you have a quote unquote speedway and the fun spot has a go kart ride that's leagues better and way cheaper to experience. I'm just saying. Hey, Juliet, saying good evening to all of us. She's over there across the pond. So glad you're spending your evening with us. Let's see. Is it is it 5:21? I know it's past tea time. It's
It's
high
always
tea is
tea
at
time.
4. It's always tea time. Is that like it's
It's
5 o'clock
awful.
somewhere?
Yeah.
I know where it's not tea time. The Grand Floridian. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so pissed off that the tea at the Grand Floridian Tea Room, that was such an experience. Hey, Kit Kat says hello, everyone. I see you with the cat avatar and the Kit Kat there. So cute. Glad to see you. And Kiss My Grits is here. Says it's ridiculous Disney doesn't give Sorcerer and Incredipass APs complimentary tickets to a select number of holiday special and after hours events. At least Universal gives out complimentary Halloween Horror Night tickets. Yes, at Universal, if you have the Premier Pass, which is like the top level pass, mine's a step below. You have that, you get a complimentary ticket to Halloween Horror Nights. But with Disney,
Yeah.
it's yeah, it's like they
But
they
you
they
also get that free after 4 o'clock express pass as part of that, which is huge.
it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's huge. It's such a great perk, but Disney considers their pass holders to be I'll say this, the redheaded stepchildren of their financial mix. Okay. They don't see it as an edition. Universal sees their pass holders, I would say, like Disney sees their pass holders at Disneyland, because a lot of them are local. So you go to the park. Thank you for being here. Thanks for being a pass holder. Hey, don't forget we got the pass holder lounge, which doesn't have just a couple bags of chips and some goldfish crackers. No, no, no. You can go over there, chill out, recharge your phone, uh, buy pass holder gear. You got your own freestyle machine that's over there, other stuff that's over there, and you're dedicated team members over there to help you out with whatever you may need, because
It,
you are a pass holder. And don't forget pass holder night, which is 2 nights. I'm going, I think that Friday that I'm going, I
You're
think
going
it's like
Thursday.
August 15th. You're going Thursday?
Yeah, I thought you were going on a Thursday.
I think it's on a
Is
Friday.
it?
let me
I could
let
be
me.
wrong.
So you
I,
guys need to message me on that one because I need to know when that is. So,
okay, I
and
need to
also,
double
can
check.
can you stream inside the pass holder lounge, or they don't allow that?
Oh yeah, I've done it plenty of times.
Okay,
Let's see. I think it's I should know this.
Maybe it is a Friday. I could be wrong. I have it
Oh
written
yeah, it
down.
is on a Friday,
Okay.
because Saturday was sold out. Okay, sold out, and I probably should not. I probably shouldn't phrase it this way, but or quote unquote phrase it this way. But yeah, I think it's like August. I think it was August 15th. I know it's before Halloween Horror Nights, definitely. Um, Last year, or at least a year before that, because some people who were pass holders actually got let into the event even though they did not have a reservation. That is totally up to the discretion of Universal. I just know when they did that, the park felt like any other day at the park, but since it was just pass holders, there was all this extra stuff that was going on. Like the characters, out meeting, greeting people. They had like a Coca Cola, I want to say like a Coca Cola pop up bar that reminded me a lot of the Pleasure Island days
Really?
when it was downtown Disney instead of Disney Spring. Yeah. Yeah. So they had like that set up. They had giveaways for pass holders, and the wait times for the attractions were definitely lower, but it was full of people, but they were all pass holders. So,
Yeah.
it was a real party atmosphere. Hey, thanks for being pass holders, photo op stuff that was around. And it's just a first come, first serve uh, type of thing at that. So if you didn't get a reservation to get in, I
I
would
forgot.
say try going that day.
I forgot.
I forgot about it too and found out at the last minute. I missed it last year because I forgot about it, but I'd gone the year before. So somewhere on my channel is a stream that I did for the first pass holder night that they had after COVID had ended. So I went to that. Of course, I will be streaming when I go again this year for the pass holder night, so you can see it, because it truly is it's lot a lot of fun, a lot of fun. And let's see who else we have got here. We have got, let's see, I see Jonah Hex says lurking. Wish I could catch more of the streams. Oh, no worries, my dear. I'm glad you're here and popping up. Haven't seen you in a while, so I'm glad to see you. Hopefully, all is well. And let me see who else we've got. Bonzo Kilborn says, "Happy Saturday, everybody. Good to see you. Good to see you." And I think that's it. I think that's it. 60 of you folks watching here between YouTube and X. Sure to appreciate it. This is the Resort Recon Live podcast. And let's see. So let's get to the first bit of news to share with you guys, courtesy of Laughing Place. Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex launches the gantry at LC39 Interactive Exhibit, LC39 meaning Launch Complex 39. And I know Tom and I are very familiar with what Launch Complex 39 was.
Interesting.
Yeah. So this says anyone living or visiting in Central Florida who is interested in NASA's space program is going to want to visit the gantry at Launch Complex 39 exhibit at the Kennedy Space Center Visitors Complex, which was unveiled this week with Laughing Places Florida reporter Jeremiah Good in attendance. Now, if you're looking for something else to do besides the theme parks, or it's just like, hey, you know what, I want to go do some real Florida type, type stuff. Only take you maybe about an hour, 40 minutes if you drive the way that I do to get to the Kennedy Space Center.
I know you got here so fast.
Let's just say,
I don't think you should drive that fast.
After you've been busted by aircraft, you can kind of figure out how fast you can really, you can really go. Although I will say, when I did get busted, they busted a whole lot of NASA employees at the same time when it happened.
Don't speed once you get on the base.
Yeah, don't do that.
You see that thing that says "Welcome to Kennedy Space Center." Don't speed.
Yeah, don't do that.
Federal ticket now.
Yeah, don't do that. But this is great. You can go out, check out the space program, check out the history of the space program. Amazing setup that they've got there. If you are into space stuff, if your kids are into space stuff, they will nerd out like nobody's business. And it's so much nicer than it used to be when I was a kid, when I dragged my parents out there to take me. But it was even cooler when I was working out there as a grad student. So that was pretty cool, getting to go to Guard Shack, flash my badge, and they just, let me go. Literally, it was, you want to talk about living a dream. That's exactly what I was doing. So let's see. I'll look at this real quick. This is from Laughing Place.
All right. So welcome to LC39. This has been a long project in the making. Obviously, with the beautiful scenery that we have, not only with the rockets, but we also have a lot of nature.
One thing to say about the rockets, at one point in time, the rocket garden was looking really, really, really skanky. It was really bad. It was so bad. The Saturn V rocket was in such bad shape that when they took it down and they like literally cleaned it and blasted it, I didn't know what the heck it was. I thought the Saturn V rocket always looked that dingy.
Nope.
It's been a year since I was there, but it was nice at that point in time, at least.
Mm-hmm.
I can't believe it's been so close to the rocket garden. It's not even funny, guys. You know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Ram Bam. Good seeing you. You see that thing they tell you?
Well, you just might have gave me a new channel name, LaReina.
Which one? What?
You even said Skanky Rockets.
That will definitely get people's attention. Yes, Skanky Rockets. The rockets where they just, we'll push these out here and let people look at them while they're here.
Watch and Skanky launches live. So sad.
No, I'm a NASCAR driver. That's what I am.
Remember, that's the one thing.
How did NASCAR get started?
That's the one thing that I always wanted to do at Disney that I never got a chance to do. I mean, I could go up to Daytona and do it, I suppose, but the driving experience at Disney, that's now.
You've never done that, Ron?
Never got the chance to do that one.
You got to Skanky Rock first goes the only fan. Oh my god, that's hilarious. You can let's do a driving day up at Daytona, Ron.
That'd be fun. Yeah, I mean, it's like, as far as adrednaline junkies.
We should all live stream that.
It's one of the few things I haven't done. Because I've done all the, been skydiving and bungee jumping and all that kind of crap. So
that would be awesome, because I haven't truly done Daytona. I've driven by Daytona plenty of times. One time I drove by, and I think that was the first time that I saw the Daytona 500, and seeing how many people were in the stands. I'm like, whoa, that is a lot of folks.
Have you ever done a turkey rod run?
No,
Oh,
I haven't done
yeah.
that. Mm.
Ron, have you done that?
No, no, I
Tiny,
haven't done a lot with
crazy
racing.
car show with everything you can imagine.
Yeah, not since I was a kid. When I was a kid, we used to go to the races all the time outside of St. Louis. I mean, a lot. But there was like a dirt track speedway, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I haven't, but yeah, the coolest two things that you got to do in Daytona besides the speedway, go to Bucky's and go to the Harley Davidson showroom. That's there. It's the biggest Harley Davidson
Yeah,
showroom I've
it's
ever
changed
seen.
owners now. It's no
Oh
longer
yeah.
Bruce Rossmeyer's.
Oh man.
It's still big, but it's just
Mm-hmm.
not Rossmeyer's no more.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that I didn't
So we
know.
decided to bring our nature and technology and all the information that we shared at the main complex here because it's perfect where it sits. So, but then how do you make it fun? While you learn about nature, well, you create areas and then learn about the turtles, the alligators, all the other beautiful creatures that are here on the wild.
Well, one thing I want to bring up about the alligators, and Tom can back me up on this. When I was a grad student at the Kennedy Space Center, okay, they used to have Fish and Wildlife come through, chase out all the gators out of, like the gutters and everything, to chase them out, like near the launch pad, because if not, when you had a launch, you had fried gator. So they so they literally would try in good faith to chase him.
Well,
Chase
they
him
had
off.
gator pork rinds because it wasn't even fried; it was just disintegrated.
Yeah, like yeah, it's hard to. It's one thing if you see it like on videos and stuff like that. It's a different thing when you're like at the closest you can possibly get and you see a launch like that and it's just like okay, anything that was there just incinerated and it's ash now.
Gator vapor. Yeah. So picture. Didn't you like the old warnings? Hey, tonight when you leave, please check under your vehicles. Be
Yes,
careful for wildlife.
be
Gators like
careful.
to hide under the warm cars, especially after the launch.
Hmm. Yeah.
Everybody's like, "What?"
Yes, I was
Good to
like,
know.
they do what now? And and the technicians would tell me, they're like, yeah, they got to go through there and they got to chase the gators out.
What's the closest you can get to a launch? What's when
Three
the viewing?
miles, I think,
Three
isn't
Is
miles.
it?
that 3
Three
miles? That's the
miles.
viewing. Okay.
3 miles, unless you are in certain areas.
Yeah.
And I'm not
The
saying that.
closest I've ever been is I think it's the astronaut museum, um, and
Okay,
that was for the one of the last space shuttle launches, which was
that's by
amazing.
the Police Hall of Fame. It used to be the Police
Yeah,
Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
that is now a Boeing building.
Was it?
The Astro Museum is now a Boeing building.
That was. I want to say it was 2009 when I was there for that one, but man,
Hmm.
that
I
was.
was okay. This might be too information, but I used to be on Cape Canaveral side at hangar. I'm just not going to say what hangar, but it's close to there.
Hmm.
That was really, really close. I do have some videos on my channel with. You might catch where I'm launching from. Yeah, this is before they said you couldn't film there
So that's where you would hang.
at the hangar. Yeah, I had to support there. Yeah.
At the hangar. Yeah, I was in the LCC.
I was at LCC. I was
Yeah.
at let's see. I took Linda to see one from the VAB right there, and we were up on the sixth floor in that building. The good the nice ledge. It's like a party ledge on top of that building
Hmm.
that they have.
So where that said NASA Earth Information Center, is that for the aliens that come to visit?
I don't
That's
think
Well,
the
good for you,
aliens
well,
ever
Ron. Good
see
for
what
us
from
you.
Earth?
anymore.
I'm not an alien.
I
Believe
don't
Are
me,
you
think they
sure?
I am
I don't
100%
think they would
sure.
have seen us. The other thing before I forget, before we miss this, first of all, yes, do visit the Kennedy Space Center. I mean,
I gotta go. I gotta go again.
I,
Just for this new. I want to see
yeah,
because you know I'm gonna have to. I have to just to look.
same. I haven't been there in so long, and I need to go. Uh, I cannot emphasize and say what you want about Elon Musk, but Dude made folks interested in space exploration again. Because as soon as they basically said, yeah, our shuttle program, we're going to mothball it and let the Russians take us up instead. For people like me who grew up, like, I'm going to be an engineer. So ultimately, I'm going to get to work at NASA. And that was like, by the time I did that, that was like the ultimate looking at all this stuff that they made to have this go. The space shuttle, that's the only thing missing from the space shuttle is a shag carpet, lava lamp, because it's built literally on like 60s to 70s technology, and the technicians kept that stuff running like a well-oiled machine. And and it was just amazing. But last thing, the original, I've been to the original launch center. It was like mothballed, so they took you like on a tour when I went like years ago. But the other thing is, I remember I had to drive over to HQ. I forget why. I think it was a badging thing. Drove over to HQ, parked my car, got out of my car, looked down, and there's this 8-foot gator hanging out in the ditch, just chilling, sunning himself. I'm like, nah, well, I don't bother him. He's not bothering me. Closed the door, just went in.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I'd walk into the ONC, and those doors open automatically, and it's really cold in there. It's to put the gators to sleep and wildlife to sleep as they come in. It's like walking into a meat locker sometimes, and it was just to make them get sleepy so they can be removed. So I know how they are. Bobcats.
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend of mine who was chased by one of those turkeys around her car.
Mr. Shuttles. Oh, that's a shame, Kit Kat. Oh man, second to last one. Yeah, the shuttle launch is just the amount of power. Because I'll
Oh,
watch stuff like that, and I'm just running equations in my head. Just the amount of power just to escape Earth's orbit is,
Yeah.
it's one thing when it's theoretical, but when you see it in person, it's like, wow. The Vomit Comet Pavilion. Oh, Phil, I call Orange Mission the Vomit Comet.
oh yeah.
That's what I call it. That's exactly what it is. It's the Vomit Comet. You will have more protein spills. And
Never
it's
had an
very,
issue. I'm very lucky. I've never had an issue with that ride.
some people, if they're like nervous in like really close spaces, or changes in G forces, because it simulates it. I don't think it's close to exactly what it is, but with that many
Oh, you're
G's,
spinning.
just like you're spinning, and it's like it's pushing, it's pushing down on you, and it's very easy to get disoriented. That's why you
Mhm.
really do have to look ahead. But you get some people who are just like, oh, okay, I'm going to look on the side. Then your brain has to re-scramble and refocus, and when it gets confused and your equilibrium is off, up, yep, we're gonna hurl.
I uh I rode the Tom's Twister a lot at Six Flags when I was a kid, and I think that's what helped with, that's the one where it spins around, you
Hmm.
stick to the wall, and the floor drops down. And I A lot of people tossed on that one, so
Oh,
that
that's
ride is
so
down half
funny.
the day for the amount of people that toss on it.
So funny. Hey, Makeup Mom and Son says hi everyone. Hi everyone. And oh, you were housed at Patrick. Well, now it's Patrick Space Force Base.
Space Force, yeah.
Yeah, I used to hang out. I used to drive through Patrick all the time. I like to go to Tables Beach. That's actually my favorite beach, because there's
You ever
hardly
been to the
anybody
green
there.
room for lunch, Lorena, on the Air Force side?
I don't think so.
They still have people in. We should do that because it's fun. They let you
Okay,
go in
cool.
even if you're not badged. I got to see if they're still doing that.
That'd be awesome if I could do that. NASA's new Gator Crisp. Yeah, forget the astronaut ice cream. Get the Gator Crisp. Yep, great beach. Yeah, I love Tables Beach. That is the beach that I go to. Just make sure you use the restroom before you get there. I'm just saying. Okay, next thing. Trying to go through a lot of these. For folks who don't know, SeaWorld is having a sale on Howl-O-Scream tickets up to 70% off. I'm going to be
Cool.
attending this for the first time this year. I'm very excited about it.
Are
I've
you
heard
going
such.
solo or are you taking camera girl?
Um, I'm probably going solo.
Tell us what night you go. Text us. Me and Linda will join you.
I sure will. I sure
And
will.
probably my brother-in-law will. My brother and my sister-in-law might be in town too, so they want to do this.
Mhm.
So it's a good time, and the more the merrier on that. Believe me.
This is the basically equivalent to HHN in that sense, right? It is for fear, or for the fear factor and the scare factor, not the fun factor as much.
Yes, it is not Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, although there is a separate Halloween event at SeaWorld, which is family friendly.
Yeah,
So they
and part of your regular admission too.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. Part of your regular admission.
I,
So
I will say that with the regular event, because you actually get to trick or treat for free or with your paid admission to SeaWorld with that event. However, the
It costs
candy
four
quality
dollars
has
for
been
a
going
bag.
down a lot. They do not have the same candy quality that they have at Mickey's Not So Scary. You're getting a lot of gummies.
hmm. Oh, okay. That's good to know. To check that out. But I'll be checking out both to cover both. So if folks are gonna be at Howl Scream, definitely hit us up and let us know. That's gonna be a fun time.
What
It,
time do they let you into the park for that when you have your ticket?
okay, if you have a pass, you could be in the park beforehand.
Yeah, of course.
If you
Oh,
don't,
okay.
you can't get in until 33. LaReina, is that pass holder discounts or is that regular?
Single night tickets and $10 on unlimited tickets.
Hmm.
So yeah, single night ticket.
I gotta call my brother.
Wow. Okay, so starting at 122.99. So just for today, and the sale ends. What, tomorrow? Is it tomorrow?
I gotta call him
I think
tonight.
it ends. Yeah, it ends tomorrow. It ends tomorrow. So you can literally get it for 33.99 each. Of
That's
course,
usually better than what the
days.
pass holder discount was.
Yeah. So that single night, any night
No,
ticket,
no, no. Pass members.
any night
You
ticket.
that last line right there. What's that say? Pass.
Past members get the best price on Howl Screen tickets. So you got to log in to see what it is. I haven't logged in, so I can't tell you exactly how much it is. Although last time I took a quick look, it was pretty discounted. So let's see,
Hmm.
that's single night, select nights, and this one I guess
I
is
do the any
any
night
event
ticket, so you
night.
just have the ticket and you can go any night when you get there.
Mhm.
But the unlimited admission is not bad.
No, that's 100. Let's see, unlimited tick visits with blockout dates. That's like 100. Unlimited visits right off the bat. That's 109.99. That's just through Sunday. I think with and we'll get to Universal's prices, but these are definitely lower. But yeah,
Yeah.
starts at 7. Valid for unlimited admission. Not valid on Saturdays if ticket with blockout dates is selected. That's because Saturdays
It's nuts.
is nuts. I don't even like going to Halloween Horror Nights on Saturdays. When I do the first weekend, I dread having to go on that first Saturday because it is absolutely
That's a good price
insane.
for a group.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's really
Wow.
good. Look at this. And again, the sale is only until I guess 11:59 p.m. tomorrow. So if you
Mm.
are considering getting Howl Scream tickets, and I totally suggest doing this because, like I said, I've heard so many great things about this event. Evil upgrades. We get evil upgrades. Okay, VIP Terror Tour, Frontline Fear Extreme. You'll be able to actually get express passes over here. These are the ones that aren't attached to the annual, not the annual pass, excuse me, multi date ones. But yeah, Frontline Fear. This is really cool. This is really cool. The Rave Yard, the Collector's Curse, Farm 51. Ooh, I kind of like that one.
That was a good one. That was a good house.
Yeah, Farm 51.
Yeah.
Water's Edge Wellness Center.
But I don't remember if they had that when I was there last.
Ooh, see, we got Floodlight District Scare Zones, interactive bars. Oh, okay. Very, 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 very cool. Very cool.
And I'm
Dark
guessing,
coasters.
yeah, the coasters run without the God, man. Mako, if they don't have lights on Mako, and you're riding that at night, I know how scary it is during the day. I would be freaked out at night. Mako
Mm-hmm.
scares the hell out of. It's really weird. It's not like it's because of the way you're harnessed in on that thing. It only goes over the lap, and it's scary as crap.
Mm-hmm. Long Rua, hello, says other park Halloween event is pretty interesting since all of them are original because they can't afford IP house. Yeah, honestly, I really prefer the original, the non-IP houses, especially after doing like a backstage tour. It is crazy the amount of
You
work
seen
that
that
goes into
show that
this.
they keep showing? The one with them going around the coffin with the knives? That's called Monster Stomp.
So
The
I guess
rave
that's like
yard.
It's a music thing. It's actually really good.
ooh, that looks cool. That looks really cool. Look, it's so much stuff. So again, if you don't want to do Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, or you do want to do it and you want to know what the other Halloween offerings are around, this is definitely a good one. And speaking of Universal, before we get to it, I'm
Voodoo.
gonna need to get these at Voodoo Donut.
Oh no.
I love, oh gosh, Voodoo Donut is so good. Although I highly recommend doing mobile order. Trust me, it will make your life easier. But I will have to try these bursting with mouthwatering triple berry filling, drenched in vanilla frosting, splashed with blue raspberry dust, and topped with a graham cracker shore and a gummy shark. I can't wait to try these.
That'll put me in a hospital, but I think it might be worth it.
Yeah, I think it is. Voodoo Donut has some of the absolute delicious donuts. They are worth the huge line that you see. If anything, just to walk in and see what I call the wheel of diabetes, and that's where they, you know what I'm talking about.
But
You,
here's my question though: which is better, Voodoo or Everglazed,
they're
or are
different.
they different? They're
They're
different,
they're
different but equal.
they're different. They're different, but yeah, they're different, but equal. Voodoo Donuts, as I would say, is much more artisan. I would call them like the Gideons of donuts, with the different
Mm.
sizes, textures, fillings, limited event stuff that goes on. Everglazed donuts, they're creative with their toppings and everything, but it seems to be like mainly one or two sizes. But they're like over the top with how much frosting. They got a daggone bacon donut, which I
That's
think
good.
Tom thought I was joking. I
Yeah, I
didn't
had
know
one
it was
of
a
them.
bacon donut.
I had one of them.
Is it
If I
maple?
remember, if I remember,
Tell me it's maple bacon.
it was.
It was.
Ah, yeah. Have I
That
had that? I'm trying to
it's
think if I had
Florentine
it.
was looking at me like, "You're actually eating that?" I'm like, "Yes."
Hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Dan, you got to go to Voodoo Donut. One of my favorite things to do
Donuts.
is like 30 minutes before I know I'm going to exit one of the parks. I'll do a mobile order for Voodoo Donut. So you can just pick it up at the kiosk across from the Voodoo Donut, and you can feel real bougie when you see that big ass line at night of people trying to get donuts, and you just roll over and just pick up your uh your box of donuts in a pink box. Yes, Everglazed. Yes, Everglazed Donuts is a Florida local business or at Disney Springs. Usually when I have meetups at Disney Springs, we take over the patio at Everglades Donuts. So it's very, very Instagrammable. So we like to hang
Hmm.
out there. Yes,
Yes,
bacon
yes,
makes everything
it
better.
does.
Yes, kiss my grits, it does, especially when you see that maple bacon donut. Although Voodoo Donut has one too. That's a maple bacon donut on a stick.
You're all gonna make me drive again, aren't you?
And yes.
Because I
Me
just
Come
had
too.
on,
Kim's Donuts in
come on
town.
over, Tom.
Come
Kim's
on
Donuts in
over.
town is good, but they don't have the maple bacon donut. I asked them about that, and they looked at me like I was nuts.
Mhm. Bacon is good for me. Yes, bacon is proof God loves us and wants us to be happy.
I have a question for Tom that is food related, but not donut related. There was a hamburger stand that I came across one time. I think it was around Melbourne, and it was just kind of on its own. And it's like a drive up old 1950s style hamburger stand. I can't remember the name of it. I'm just wondering if you know what I'm talking about and if it's still there. It was one of the
Um,
best places I've ever had a hamburger
it's
at.
on Route One, I think.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still there. I think
Can't
Burger. So I'm trying to remember. It's there. It's really good. They have car shows there.
Yeah, and it's a super simple name. That's why I can't remember it. It's like
It's
a
like they have checkerboard seating and stuff. It's
yeah.
really cool.
Oh, it was so good. It's one of their burgers are like hand smashed, done fresh.
Yeah.
Really,
You want to
really.
go there one day for lunch, Ron?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Come to the house.
I
I'll
gotta get
drive you
out your
down.
way. There's just there's so many things I need to do. My air conditioning is kind of weird. We're there is some tiny little leak in my air conditioning system, and we're waiting for it to go out again so we can get it checked so I can get it permanently
Oh
fixed.
no. Oh
It's
no, no,
working right now though.
no. Well, that's good. This is the time of year where we all in Florida we pray over our air conditioners because we do not want that sucker to conk out. Trust me, you really, really don't. Another thing about bacon, if you like thick maple bacon dipped in chocolate,
Mm,
go to the Polynesian at the
yes,
Kona Island. Get
yes.
yourself a Kona coffee. Okay, you got to get that and get
That
chocolate dip bacon.
that right now is my number one snack in all of Disney because they still don't charge a lot for it. Last time I
Yeah,
was there, it was like less than $5,
yeah.
and it's just like this kind of pile of bacon dipped in chocolate. It's got spices and salt, like big rock salts
It's
and
so
stuff on top.
good.
They've
It's
got
so
they've got a
freaking good.
milder version and they've got a hotter version.
Ooh,
So I don't know if
grab
you knew that,
that,
but
and if
it's
they
so
have
good.
them, one of the guava pastries, guava Danish. They have guava Danish. They have pineapple Danish. Usually, I go for the guava Danish. But yeah, Kona
Yeah.
Island. I'm gonna tell you, Kona Island saved my life so many darn times. Even when I stayed at the Polynesian, I'm just like, why am I up this freaking early to get into the park for extra magic hours? And I would hit the Kona Island to get some coffee and tell everybody, hurry up and drink up. The monorail's here. We gotta go. We gotta go. But I
That's
love
it, but it's a
Kona
great thing to
Island.
do if you want to watch fireworks,
Hmm.
because you can watch those fireworks from the Poly. You can grab some of the best snacks, including Dole Whip
Yes.
And I mean, anywhere on the Poly Beach is a good
Mhm.
place to watch the fireworks. And if you can grab it early enough, they now have some new seats in front of the god awful Howard Johnson's building, but the views from
Mhm.
there are to the Magic Kingdom, and they're beautiful.
Kiss my grits. This is the only bread pudding that I will ever eat because my mom used to make bread pudding and I freaking hated it. I just,
Mm.
ugh. But this one, it was so good. Every
What?
time we would go to Ohana, we would load up on this bread pudding. It's
Oh my
coconut
gosh!
pineapple, I think. And it's so, oh my gosh, it's
Is
so
that
freaking
like
good.
the breakfast on the breakfast Ohana menu? Because last time I had bread pudding at
Um,
Disney was Trails End, which is gone, and it was amazing.
No, they had it at dinner at the Ohana dinner. I haven't gone there in a long time, so I need to go back to check and see how it is. But let's just put it this way. I took my Putnam County relatives, my Palatka relatives, to the Ohana buffet. Okay. My uncle was so stuffed he didn't know what to do with himself. And he is usually critical about restaurants. This is too frou frou. This is too what. When he found out that they would bring him as much barbecue as he wanted, and that bread pudding, he always talks about that place. So, getting to some more news about Halloween Horror Nights before we get to the Disney section. Uh, Turns out that they're bringing the Terrifier to Halloween Horror Nights now.
Well,
For
Bob Iger is going to be at Halloween Horror Nights.
You just insulted Art the Clown with that.
you're like
Unlike,
you're like Art the Clown's not that bad.
say what you want about Art the Clown, at least he knows what the people want.
Oh yeah,
And the Terrifier franchise, granted, I saw All Hallows Eve, which I shouldn't really have seen. I didn't expect it to end the way that it did. And I saw a little bit of the Terrifier. This is not my particular type of horror. It's just it's too gory, and it seems senseless to me, and it's like storyline, it's like very, very, very thin. However, this franchise has a loyal freaking fan base. So darn loyal that was it Terrifier 3? I wish Dylan was in here. It's either Terrifier 3 or Terrifier 4. That thing dropped in the movies, and the fan base was so rabid. That sucker made a crap ton of money, so much so that they announced the sequel to it. This particular audience, they produce this film series. This franchise puts out there what the fans want, and the fans reward them with lots and lots and lots of money. So
nice.
this is going to be really popular at Halloween Horror Nights for fans of this particular franchise, but your girl is not really. I am not going over there. I can do Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but this is definitely not for me. Kiss My
Here's a
Grits, I don't know. I don't know.
here's a question for you, Lorena. I don't know
Mhm.
who owns the IP or who has the rights or how Universal would get them, but what would you think if they had a Sinner's House?
Oh,
Like like how good could that be?
that could be really, really, really good. Man, that could really be good. And I don't know who has the rights to it. I don't think Universal does. Not to say that they couldn't. They pay enough for that license.
Yeah,
They could.
it's
They
the
very, very
licensing deal.
much.
I would be just because of the kind of story, the vampires, and the
Yeah.
music. See, you've
Oh
got the
my
music
gosh.
element.
Mhm.
So I'm just thinking how entertaining of a house that could be to be in, go in, hear good music, and then get the living crap scared out of you, and then be attacked by vampires and all that other stuff. It would be
That I could totally rock with that. And yeah, I could see it. So, we'll show you this here posted from Halloween Horror Nights, the X account that loves to remind me how much I like to be I like to be scared. So this is the promo. Better be. They have the best teasers for their houses for Halloween Horror Nights. And this is just like all not All Hallows Eve. Um I'm forgetting the movie. But the one with the
Live the horror
videotape,
you love to watch at Universal
same
Halloween
editing.
Horror Nights, featuring Terrifier and more.
That house, the scariest house that I'd actually walked through was Haunting a Hill House. That was one scary ass house. With the lights on, I was in the house for oh my gosh, was it The Conjuring? I think it was The Conjuring. No, 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 no. No, Insidious with the lights on. That house still scared me. I'm walking through that, but yeah, this is going to be cool. It is an IP, but it's an IP. I would say not a multi-million dollar IP, but with a whole lot of like franchise goodwill with the fans. The fans are gonna they are just gonna love this house. Hopefully, hopefully, very good that they included it. I'm not down for it, but I can appreciate it when fans are gonna get like what they want. But
I need to go back to Halloween Horror Nights because I haven't been in such a long time. And having worked it the year that I did, I mean, it's been 15 years since I worked at one of the houses there, and it was.
mhm,
I had a blast. I mean, the people that I worked with were phenomenal. Everybody was good to work with. Universal. It's funny because it's a very, very different experience than working for Disney. Everybody that I worked with at Universal was just phenomenal. Great people, a lot of fun, no issues whatsoever, and not let's just say overly sensitive or overly delicate when it comes to like there's a lot of CMs that are just like everything offends them. You walk by the wrong way and the wind blows in their face the wrong way and it offends them. And uh, Disney CMs are like honestly, you don't know this, but behind the scenes, I mean, like I'm to the guest facing. If you're facing them, they're great usually, but a lot of them are really fragile personalities, and that's it's not, and it's kind of frightening to work there because you're
mm,
walking on eggshells. It was not like that at all. At Universal, it was a good time had by all, and nobody was overly sensitive, and we had fun. We had a blast, and I think it part of that camaraderie is what is brought into the house because we all knew what our job was, which was to have fun scaring the living daylights out of people. And we knew that we had done our job well when the house had to close ever so often for about a 10-minute cleanup break.
well, I know that the team members at Universal, just to see some of the ones that they're not working that day, but their friends or fellow team members are in the parade. And that's why I always like the film from the end of the parade because you see them like cheering on, their fellow coworkers, to like finish strong. It's so much fun. So much fun. Ooh, guess what? Who we have got? Erica. Hello, my dear. How you
Hi, can you guys
doing?
hear me?
You're a little low. Little, little,
Okay.
little low.
I
What,
have a new
Erica?
mic system,
I can hear you.
so let me see.
Let's
Oh,
see. Can you guys hear her?
I can hear
Little
you.
test
better.
1, 2, 3. Hello, hello.
I can hear her. It's a
Is that
little
better?
low.
So it's a little light.
I'm trying to see if I can boost it from StreamYard.
Hello, is that better? I turned it all the way up.
I can hear you. I can hear
I hear
you.
you good.
Plus I boosted it on my end as well. We're talking Halloween Horror Nights and getting to the multi-night tickets that have finally been released. They got released I think 2 days ago. If you wanted to buy one of these, either the frequent fear pass 2 through 4 with the express, they're all gone. And I'd warned people about this. As soon as they
And
offer
they
the
missed it.
option for the express, those are going to sell out. Like you can still get so you can still get like the frequent fear pass 2, 3, or 4. You just can't get it with the express option. The express, that's like for every night of the pass. So anywhere between 30 to all of the nights, and you just pay, I think the last one's like a grand. I think you pay on top of that. But compare that to how much that pass costs per night. Yeah, it's a steal, which is why people wait. They wait, and as soon as they drop these multi-night tickets, those are snapped up. But these are always a great deal. I wind up going less than I have nights for, but considering one day ticket is between, let's say, 65 to $80, and these are the passes that you get. And I wish Disney would do this for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. I think they did one time, but these are all like dates. Where's the dates for this? Like one is for opening weekend, so all of them are for opening weekends. August 29th through the 31st. That's opening weekend. That's like insane. That's usually when I get no sleep. So I'm streaming that whole weekend and all through September. So that's for the Rush of Fear Pass. So you get 18 nights. The second one, which is the Frequent Fear Pass, you get up to 30 nights. And this is usually the one that I get. You get the first weekend, and then I think it's Sunday through Wednesday, or Sunday through Wednesday, or Sunday through Thursday. So here are all the dates. You do not get the 31st with this date. Last year, the 31st was available on my pass because I think it fell like on a Wednesday. So they let you have it. But if you want the 31st, you've got to go up to this third level here, third level and fourth level. So you see for the Express Pass, sold out, sold out. So you can't get it. But that's what people were biased about. That's what I told people. I said, if you want one, you got to buy it. You can still get it for the Rush of Fear, which is for the first 18 nights. So you can do that. Um, Parking. Now this is just for regular people buying it if you're not a pass holder, because the information that I said about parking for pass holders, turns out they changed it. So I'll get to that in a minute. So if you get the top level pass, of course, free self parking after 5 o'clock. If not, you have to pay for parking, and I think parking is now $30. Parking is free for Halloween Horror Nights after midnight. Halloween Horror Nights goes on to like 2 in the morning. So usually you don't have to pay for parking after 6, but for Halloween Horror Nights, yeah, you got to pay.
So as a pass holder, get there before 6 o'clock.
I got some news about that too, because I'm like, we're gonna have to do the same thing we did last year. Get in there before, uh, get in there before they close up, before they close the park, and hang out. So you get in the line and all that. Let me see. The other thing that I was going to say is buy your tickets online. I cannot emphasize this enough because of the discounts that you're given. Buy the tickets online. Make sure you have the Universal Orlando app. That's where you can store all of your tickets. These are the tickets that you get at a discount. At the gate is going to be much, much, much Well, not much more. I say maybe, I think like 10 to $15, I think.
I thought you can get your pass holder discount at the gate too.
Probably for pass holders you can. This is like for folks who are non-pass holders.
Ah.
What you would get. Now, for annual pass holders, okay, because I looked this up. So if you have Premiere, you get complimentary one night at Halloween Horror Nights. So you get that. Let's see. Discounted single night tickets as a pass holder. So if you get a single night ticket, if you're not, if you're not a Premiere, or if you're a Premiere and you want more night tickets, you can get the discounted tickets. There was a Stay and Scream package with the pass holder hotel and event ticket. Basically, yeah, there's Stay and Scream for that, and then there's the other Stay and Scream for everyone else buying tickets and you're not a pass holder. If you get that, you pay $30. You get to get into the park between 3 and 5 o'clock. If funds are tight, I highly suggest doing that to get to the parks. So let's see. Pass $25 off a premium Scream night. I'm not going to that, but that's cool. Ghoulish giveaway, free pass holder exclusive button. They do that like all the time. The buttons and the magnets. Exclusive pass holder items in the park that you can get. Burrito de los Muertos at the Confisco Grill. Oh, okay, that looks neat. Chipotle braised pork crepe at Central Park. That sounds so good. And that crepe place is really good. Let's see, food and beverage discounts. Yes, this is another thing that I like. Disney will not give you discounts on the darn food offerings that they have. Universal, you'll get 15% off if you're a Premier, or 10% as a preferred. I have preferred. So they usually ask you if you've got if you're a pass holder, so you can get discounts on the food and beverage. So that saves you money there. Pass holder exclusive Horror Nights merchandise. I don't know if they're going to be able to beat the I've worn it out. So I'll like blow it up so you can see it. This is possibly the best pass holder theme that they had last year. Instead of Mel's Drive-In, Mel's Die-In. That's what they do to the sign. So they had so this is the coaster. They had the coaster. They had a T-shirt. That was the most popular pass holder T-shirt because so many people were wearing it around the park. And I have one. People were like, what's that shirt? Like, it's a pass holder shirt. And it glows in the dark.
Cool.
And it glows in the dark. That was like one of the coolest things. This is the new thing that they have added. And I'm just like, I had no idea, but apparently this is new. If you are a pass holder, if you have the Premier Pass, you get free prime parking on event nights. I thought they got free valet parking, but I don't know. I guess they changed that. Free prime parking on event nights. If you have a preferred pass, like I do, free regular parking on event nights. And if you have the Power Pass, you get 50% off of the regular parking. So instead of the $30, you would pay 15 if you have the
We
Power
get
Pass.
free. Are they still doing the ADA stuff? Because we always get bumped up because the handicap plaque.
That is a good question.
They have to honor that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they will. Kiss My Grit says I have Premiere and I get free valet. I don't know. You know what? Kiss My Grits, they might give you guys 50% off of valet. Instead of they'll say, "Oh, free fine parking, but we'll give you 50% off of valet if you want to do it." I'm guessing.
LaReina, Dylan's in the chat now. You had said something about Dylan before. Dylan's in the chat.
Oh yeah, Dylan, can you I'm like, "Oh my gosh. Remind me the movie that Art the Clown, but it wasn't Art the Clown. The horror movie with the tape in it, with the VHS tape. Babysitter saw the VHS tape.
Oh, that was The Ring?
It's really, really creepy. No. It was before officially before the Terrifier films. and there was this, this videotape that really gory, snuff style, and eventually what was going on in the tape seeped into reality. Oh no, wasn't Saw. Nah, wasn't Saw. I love the Saw movies. Well, except for the last two. But yeah, I love the Saw movies. There was always a motivation behind what was going on, a motivation for the games, why certain people were there. So that kind of that made sense. I know it wasn't all wasn't All Hallows Eve? Wasn't that one? Keep forgetting about that one. But that was actually
But
pretty
the
good.
ring does have to do with the videotape, right? Isn't that another videotape?
That's another one, and a lot of that one was mostly supernatural. But think of, like, the movie Seven.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The Terrifier
What's
basically
in the
amped that up
box?
by 10.
What's in the box?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, this is cool that they're giving you these perks as a pass holder, because it is such a pain, especially if you're a local and you're just like, I just want to roll in to Halloween Horror Nights whenever, I want to roll in, but so I don't get charged for parking, I have to get in there by like 4, 3 o'clock or something like that. That's kind of a pain sometimes. So this is a really, really good perk, and I'm glad they did that this year. I'm guessing they listened to the pass holders, and like, hey, we already have free parking. Why should we have to pay for parking? On Halloween Horror Nights. So I watched the Japanese version of The Grudge, and I feel like I shouldn't, because that scared the hell out of me. I really did. It was so bad. It was so scary. Hey, Izzo's Place, how you doing? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see ya. Hold on a second. What was that darn? What was that darn movie? It's like drive me crazy that I didn't know what it was.
This is a
Anyway,
whole different subject, but I'm looking at the panel that we have here, and I really want to talk Superman right now, even though it has nothing to do with this stream.
yeah, we're going to be talking about that Tuesday. For some reason, Tuesday seems to be the day that I go to the movies. Check that out. Okay, so we've got 80 of you folks in here. Thank you so very much. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let's see. As for Disney, I have no idea how credible this is, even though it showed up in Orlando Business Journal. Supposedly, Universal Orlando may be looking to partner with Elon Musk's company on a Vegas-style loop tunnel along International Drive. Getting around International Drive faster would be great, but if you're talking about a tunnel, that's probably going to have to be above ground in Florida. So you can't do it underground like in Vegas. So we
But they
shall.
could if they want submarines.
Is that new in Vegas? When did that come about?
I forget how long ago.
I have to ask because I used to
Happened.
live in Vegas, and there was no tunnel when I lived there. So
Yeah, I don't know, but
I
International Drive traffic is.
well, it's a standstill if it's
Yeah.
busy. That's all there is to it. And then you can't really go. You can't use Universal anymore because of Epic. Epic, that
Mhm.
changed the traffic for that. So
Yeah.
those two thoroughfares are really busy. And now I don't go that way to Epic. I come in off John Young Parkway, so it's a little bit different, but still.
Yeah, I go back that way and cut through, and go on Epic Boulevard and
Yeah.
take Epic Boulevard to Carrier and make a left turn on Carrier and go that way. But yeah, there's that. So I wanted to bring that up. Also, Test Track has soft opened at Epcot.
I've
Right.
ridden it.
Yeah. What's
Yeah.
your impression of it?
All right. So I have very, very simple thoughts on this is the queue is sterile. It's just super sterile. It is. I don't. And this is not just Test Track. This is literally everything that they've done over the last 5 years to quote unquote improve virtually any space at Disney. It's all become more sterile. Their version of modern or futuristic or whatever aesthetic they're going for to kind of make it contemporary, it's just boring. It's sterile. It's hospital like. It feels like you're at an airport or a hospital waiting room or something. And that's what this does. So if you look at the picture, what do you see? You see basically three colors: black, white, and blue. And that's it. That really is the feeling you get throughout the entire queue. It is boring AF. Okay. It really is that bad. When you get to the ride itself, they have made improvements to what you see on the ride. The ride itself is literally exactly the same, including the part where you swerve around a truck that's about to hit you. All of that is still there. I would say that they have elevated the experience of the ride by roughly 5%. So there is a slight improvement in the overall experience, but it's not so different that they really needed to put a lot of money into it. It's do you remember that section of the ride that used to be weather testing and then they changed it? They kind of didn't know what they used to do with it. Here's what happens during that section of the ride. There's no weather testing. Right now, I don't know if it's a Pepper's ghost effect or whatever, but they change the body of the vehicle that you're in 3 or 4 different times. So you look over in the mirror reflected at you, and the body of your vehicle is being changed. Yeah, Dan and I wrote it together. And so the body's being changed, and you're like, okay, cool. Kind of a cool effect. The best improvement is right before you go outdoors. There is like a massive screen that you're surrounded by, and that effect is the coolest new improvement. The only one that really made a difference right before you go outdoors there, and you spend. What do you think, Dan? Was it less than 5 seconds in that environment, that big, like, kind of surround screen movie area? My point is, yes, it's an improvement, but it's probably in the improvement that should have happened with Test Track 2.0. It's sad that they're spending money on this rather than, I don't know. There's just like, for example, you don't have anything that's happened with Tomorrowland Speedway. By the way, I have a great idea for Tomorrowland Speedway. This is my idea for Tomorrowland Speedway, and I can do this real quick, is first of all, get rid of the whole thing that's there and use the footprint of land that they have there to create some type of a ride experience that either is a simulator or something with you experiencing the being in a roadable aircraft. Those aircraft that they're making for the future that are basically flying cars, like we would call them flying cars, but they are in development right now, and there's a lot of them in development. And if you're looking towards travel in the future, which was what Tomorrowland Speedway was supposed to be, it would be that. I don't know exactly what the ride would be, but it would simulate you being in a roadable aircraft and having the experience of, like, maybe the traffic in the future in the air, something with a flying car, because you need it to be Tomorrowland, and that experience feels like yesterday. This experience, it propels you into something that was modern, but it's again, it's not something having been on it, I don't have a desire to wait in line for it. I'm not going to wait in line for it again. If there's ever like a 10-minute wait, I'd go on it, or do the single rider line or whatever, but it's not worth waiting for.
Well, this is a shame. I'm going to be checking it out sometime this week, but I just know that, like, we'll say, as a school kid, for me, especially when it was World of Motion and the latest incarnation that they had, For me, it was like seeing physics in motion because you always do a lot of physics problems that involve vehicles. Especially if you were going into mechanical engineering, all of that. It's like world of motion or test track. That's where you went. The part where you got to construct your own vehicle. It wasn't just a cosmetic thing to some of us. For some of us, it was a lot of what if. What if you make the tires this big? What if you make the body this high? What if you streamline the body this high? What if I put a spoiler on the back? Is it going to create a lot of drag or is it not going to create a lot of drag? And then at the end, you would actually see how your vehicle did in comparison to others, I think, that were in your particular group, or the car that you were in. So that was a lot of edutainment, and even such things as going from the heat room to, and you could smell like the corrosion and everything, and then going into the cold room where it's so cold you could freaking taste it. I'm like, man, this is probably what Detroit feels like in the winter. And you got to do, like all the tests, and then it looked like you were going to become a crash test dummy when it turns out that you weren't. And then boom, you got like shot out into, this seems like it speeds up, but it's actually a trick of physics that makes it seem like you're going faster than you already are. But it was this cool experience that gave you a better appreciation for the development of, you know, travel by car and the automotive industry. And then at the end in the showroom, you got to see like all the cool cars that were coming out. Some were concepts, some were like, hey, this is the next year or whatever, that you got to see that. And now it just seems like this dumbed down boutique experience. And I keep dinging Disney for that because there was a point in time where you could learn more from Epcot in a few days than you could at school for, like, say, a couple of months, because just the stuff that you saw, going on and the questions that you would have when you came back, it was, ugh, I do. I do. Could make it a lot more fun if Hot Wheels themed, especially if you've seen it in their older animated series. Well, Goof R35, there is a live action Hot Wheels movie that is going to be coming. And I wonder, well, it's Mattel. So they had Barbie. Let's see, Barbie, Wicked. Who knows? That's possibly something that could pop up in the park, honestly. I get it. This Hot Wheels Unleashed, if you've ever played that video game. My nephew played that video game so darn much. Come and get me when he got stuck and couldn't get out of part of the track. Then, that was it. But that would be so cool. Kiss My Grits. I saw a lot of pixie dusters on X applauding the garage scene in the new test track. It's so creative and innovative. And I'm like, what's so innovative and forward thinking about a middle class garage? We saw that in Fast and Furious over in Universal.
It reminded me of oh gosh, Spaceship Earth. There's an area in Spaceship Earth where there's a garage. It seemed like
Yes,
a copycat
Yeah.
scene. It
Steve
looked almost
Wozniak's
identical.
garage. Oh, that's bad. That is really bad because at least in Spaceship Earth, there's a significance to that garage because that's the garage where Steve Wozniak created uh, Apple Computer. Literally, he put it
Mhm.
together in his garage. I wonder if they had some leftover parts and they just decided. Yeah, Jill Powers, the River Daughter. First of all, thank you for being a channel member. This is true, LaReina. It was still magical in 2014 when I finally got to go to Epcot. Hot Wheels, now that is a blast to the past. Have to tell my brother he still has his old Hot Wheels. Yes, John Chu, the man who directed both of the Wicked movies, is going to be directing the Hot Wheels movies. And he's one
Oh.
of my favorite up and coming directors. I love his style. Even if you don't like the movie, you're like, dang, this, if you don't really like the subject material, like you're not a theater person or whatever, how he rendered, especially the train, the steampunk train that went to Oz, and the mechanics and everything, absolutely freaking gorgeous. So yeah, I'm keeping my eye on the news about more news about the live action Hot Wheels movie, but it is coming, and it can be an absolute juggernaut with sales because there's a built-in fan base, just like you said, Jill. We all know there's a built-in fan base for Hot Wheels in his garage out of scraps. Yep. So that's what's going on with that. And in more crazy news, do you find that Disney is putting out a lot of this stuff since Epic has been on on and popping? All of a sudden, we're getting all this stuff that's being announced. So this is from
Uh,
Drew the Dizzy dude, cool dude. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Brown.
I was just going to say what I think I know what's happening is that Disney has realized how much people have lost faith in Imagineering. You used to immediately think, the best stuff in all theme parks is Disney Imagineering. Like it wasn't even close, right? But now Epic has opened. They lost so many Imagineers to the people that built Epic, and they're like, we gotta show people that Imagineers still are doing their thing, and but they like I mean. Former Imagineers, Tony Baxter and other people like him, they're celebrities. They're freaking Disney celebrities, and we still love them. But Joe Rody, right? But
Yeah.
now they don't have anybody like that at Imagineering that we have to look up to, and they're trying to figure out how do we get it back.
Because they're not getting their former Imagineers back from Universal. That's for
I mean, would
they're
you
not
leave
getting
if
them.
you were valued and appreciated for your created what you're creating? Even
I
if they pay
wouldn't.
you less, at least they value my work. That there alone doesn't make you want to quit.
Exactly, especially when they're just like, so your idea, how much do you think you're going to need for that? You're going to need more? Let me know. And that was basically with the Epic Universe. It was just like, what can we do to further push the envelope? And they got the money to do it. Oh, I did too, Jill Powers. Let's see. I had a couple of Corvettes, and true story, when the Cars movie came out. Those particular Hot Wheels from the original Cars movie. Okay, not Cars 2 really, cuz it was the original Cars movie. The Hot Wheels from that series, you couldn't even get a hold of them at Walmart. If you were in the toy department and you were coming out with the case of those Hot Wheels cars that were based on the Pixar Cars movie, people were stalking you literally in Walmart, Target, getting all of those. So they are freaking they are freaking absolutely awesome. Yes. Meanwhile, even SeaWorld and Dollywood are beating them. Yeah, because they're focused on their guests and what their guests want. When guests can tell you shut up and take my money, you know, you know they're doing good because they perceive the value where it's just like, yeah, stop talking. I've seen what I need to see. Here,
I
just
I
take
love
it.
I love the fact that my old stomping ground, Silver Dollar City, even got to throw shade at Disney. They're like, they in an X post, they're like, oh yeah, we just wanted to check and make sure this is still here, and it was their Tom Finn
I
Huckleberry,
saw that.
Tom Sawyer Huckleberry Finn. I was like, yeah,
I
baby.
saw that.
Oh
How
yeah,
much? How much you would have bet? They're just like, you know what? We've been following Universal's X account, throwing so much shade. We just need to wait for the right moment. And yeah, that just they
yeah.
did that. That was hilarious. So this is Walt Disney Imagineering shared a first look inside the Beacon Barrel, the Pirates of the Caribbean themed tavern, opening it in late 2005 at the Magic Kingdom. Now, every time I take you guys through Pirates of the Caribbean, okay, there's that big, huge construction wall that's up. that's basically taken away a third of the amazing gift shop you get dumped out of when you're in Pirates of the Caribbean. This is their family friendly tavern. So here we go.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Beacon Barrel. Follow me. I'm going to take you into the captain's quarters to get a sneak peek here at our booths. It's been a while since you've been here with us, and we've made a lot of progress since then. Each one of the booths in the captain's quarters tells a different story about all of the pirate lords. Our graphic designers and our interior designers did a really great job putting these stories together, and we had them hand carved, so we can't wait for you guys to get a closer look.
Monty, can I interrupt you?
Go for it.
I want to show you one of my favorite spots of the bar. Come on. We are just
She
left
said
of the main
bar.
leading into the map maker's room. Here, you can see where the pirates needed to blast their way into this room, which had been locked. We are still very much in progress, but you see this damage that was left over by the cannonball blasts. And you actually can see some of the cannonballs still left in these walls.
Okay, can I just bring this up? You can go to the Castillo de San Marcos in St. Augustine and see cannonballs and bullet holes for real.
For real.
I saw this and I couldn't. I had to laugh. I'm just like, okay. All right.
This is one of those things where you go, who the heck is in charge at Disney letting this happen? Just when it there is nothing about this that adds value to taking your children to the most supposedly child-friendly park in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they have specialty bars that are cool. Don't get me wrong. The one at Polynesian, what's it called, LaReina?
Trader Sam's.
Trader Sam's. Yeah, you got Trader Sam's, and you could have put a pirate bar in. I don't know. I think it would fit probably in Caribbean Beach Resort, or you could put it in. You could put it over at Coronado Springs and theme it there. I mean, why does this need to be in the Magic frickin' Kingdom? Why do we need to allow more drunk people in the Magic Kingdom park? Have they not learned anything from Epcot?
I don't think that they have. And rather than coming up with new experiences that people really want to do, it's just like shove a bar in it. I mean, we all know pirates like rum. It smells like rum in Pirates of the Caribbean, okay? But the cool thing about it was when you got dumped out of Pirates of the Caribbean, you got dumped into this big, huge, I kid you not, booty room.
Mm-hmm.
That had because that was the thing, all of the pirate booty that was there. It's just, I want this, I want this, I want this pirate theme thing here, I want this shirt here, I want this sword here. That was how it was. It was huge. It was spread out. It had maps, everything in it. And now you want to put a bar in this, calling it family friendly, but you've got alcohol in it. Why do we need another bar? Why do you have to destroy part of what is one of the best gift shops as we know it? Because if you've gone to Pirates of the Caribbean, you remember it. It is absolutely disconcerting when you come out of Pirates of the Caribbean and you're like, wait a minute. It looks like half the gift shop is gone.
Yeah.
And that was the family-friendly interaction. People, kids playing, with the swords. They used to have the Pirate League there where kids could go and get made up like pirates and all that.
Even worse is that they have Tortuga Tavern right across from there, and they're not using that for this when they already have the space that they could just redecorate it. I mean, it's just decisions like this are frustrating. Geo 82 is frustrating for me. For the first time, I didn't go into it. I just double checked to ask at the front if I could just walk into Geo 82, and no, they do not let you. You still have to have reservations. I checked that day, and I could have easily gotten a reservation to go a couple hours later. I didn't want to stay, and I certainly don't want to have to buy anything there. If you have a reservation, you're going to have to sit down and buy something. They do not want you in that space if you're not spending money almost ahead of time to be there. But it's all of this. It's so weird for me to see so much emphasis being placed on alcohol purchase and consumption at Disney World in the Grand Floridian freaking lobby when there's literally a bar right upstairs.
Yes.
And I mean, like, who? It makes me really, literally wonder if the Imagineers or the people in charge are all alcoholics. we want
Yes.
more
You are 100% right.
Oh yeah, of course.
The Burning Blade Tavern is, it's amazing in there,
and it's appropriate. It's in the appropriate place. It's not like the Monsters area is a kids area. There are Epic Universe is a very different kind of a park. Yes, it is friendly to families, but I would not say it's a family friendly park, as in family focused first. Epic is a very unique kind of a park that kind of welcomes both families, but also adventurous adults and people that want to relive their past. But you've got like the Harry Potter stuff is not necessarily kids themed in the sense that if you started watching the Harry Potter movies as a fan when you were a kid, you're probably in your mid-30s by now. Think about that.
Yeah, and the other thing to add at Epic is that at Super Nintendo World, you cannot get alcohol in Super Nintendo World. Okay, that's on purpose. You also cannot get alcohol in Isle of Berk. Those are obviously two places where it's just like.
Yes, you can.
Oh, you can? Where?
Isle of Berk in the tavern. Yes, you can. In the meat hall.
Meat
Yes,
hall? Oh, okay.
you can get meat,
Okay.
you can get beer.
Okay, I stand corrected. Okay, yeah, because I didn't eat in meat hall. I just crashed. I just crashed in meat hall for the air conditioning.
Meat hall is good to eat at, by the way. I ate there with Bob.
It smelled so good when I went in there. That the food smelled good. The way they presented it's good. Just the whole place where you can eat at is good. But just I noticed that over at Super Nintendo World in Toad's Cafe, there's no alcohol. Because I know someone had asked me, and I said, no, you can't get alcoholic drinks. You can get some specialty non-alcoholic drinks you can get, but definitely not alcohol, which in a way.
I did see people bringing their portables, their beer from other areas into that zone. So you will have crossover. They're not stopping people from doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not serving it there.
This isn't going to be groundbreaking. No, they're not. I mean, I look at this. I'm not impressed with this. If you look at this and compare it to what you would see at the Burning Blade Tavern, the bar at the Burning Blade Tavern, it's not really good. Or even better, the bar at the Atlantic. The theming for that bar is insane. I mean, it's like it's upstairs. When you walk in, you'll see it. Just how that particular bar is laid out. It just looks absolutely incredible. This here, I'm not really excited about it. Wait, what? Not that I'm surprised, but I need this story. Kiss my grave.
Wasn't
another fight breaking out at Disney? What a surprise.
You ever go on YouTube and just look up Disney arrest and you'll find all these videos of idiots getting arrested on Disney?
There's one of those videos from a few years ago, and I was there that night. It was at Coronado Springs.
I'm going to have to look that up. Not that I'm surprised, because I have seen some of the, it's just like, oh my gosh, why are you on you're on vacation. We do not want to know about your domestic problems. Okay.
We always
Oh, you
we
know what's
always had to be careful at Three Bridges and at Toledo with how much was being served, because uh, people would come. There's a lot of bars at Coronado Springs. People would come from Epcot having been drunk already, and then they would get more drunk at the bars. And like it's I was even part of a situation where having to cut somebody off. We had to get the management involved. I ended up having to give that table to a different server because I wasn't going to deal with it. It was a pain. People are awful, awful, awful when they're drunk, and that's why this bothers me at Walt Disney World, that they're putting in so many more. Like as a person who used to have to deal with these people that were, with this issue, it's like it's frustrating on that level, and it's also frustrating on the level where some of these bars, they just don't get right in the theme parks. For example, Oga's Cantina at Galaxy's Edge is tiny. They built It's too small, and it's never packed with aliens like you would expect to see at a Star Wars bar, which was something we were promised back in 2017 by the Imagineers, as
Mhm.
Star Wars Galaxy's Edge would feel like a very lived in space, and it
Ron,
doesn't.
but there are aliens. They're invaders from the Orlando area. They're not from Orlando.
Gosh.
That's they don't look like the Star Wars
Mm.
aliens. I mean, even throw the cheap Wolfman mask on like they did in the original. Come on.
I
Hey,
mean,
they wouldn't let me wear my mask. They gave me crap about my
I didn't
pirate
I
hat even.
didn't say you need one, Tom.
Oh,
well, one of the things that I'll add is that there was a time when, if you really wanted to drink, you had to go to Epcot, or you had to go to one of the bars in the Magic Kingdom Resort area. There's a reason why the Lapu Lapu drink at the Polynesian has family stories about that particular about that particular drink. Two of them, and you're invisible. I had them, like my sisters and I did. I have no idea how we got to the Magic Kingdom. I really don't. But that's where it was. It was where were the hotels, which makes sense. At the restaurants, in the hotels, the bars in the hotels, like Tambu Lounge. That's one of my darn favorite bars to go to. But that's where it was. And now it just seems like Disney's just like, put a bar in it, put a bar in it. But the reason why I think that they're doing that, or that they've been doing that, is because they are catering to the Disney adults with no children, and it's becoming less of a family friendly park. No matter, it's really sad. It's really sad. Probably has to do with the prices and lots of drinking. Yes, yes, lots of drinking, the prices. You will get, and I'll have to get into this in another video. You will have people who, some of them, they will go into serious, serious debt, as opposed to, like, I never went into credit card debt to pay for my Disney trips. Disney had like a savings account, just like other stuff. And you just put money into the Disney savings account on the regular, so that when you left, I mean, you might have used your credit card for incidentals or something like that, but 90% of your trip was already paid for. It's like, what's the worst that could happen? You don't go on the trip and you got a stash of money, you know. But yeah, yeah. Roadside Explorers, hello and welcome. You're definitely new here, so welcome. We hated our last trip to Epcot. To be fair, it was a Saturday, but we just weren't prepared. I don't blame you. It's a shame, but every time I go to Epcot, it's just like, why? It seems to be just a place to go drink. It's like Burning Man, where you go and there's just these side shows and plenty of people, drinking, doing stuff like betting who can jump into the little river over in the Italy pavilion. You'll get $5,000 if you do that. It's not like it used to be. And there was a time, there was so much construction. Okay. There was construction when I visited, I think in 2018, and construction was still going on when I moved here in 2021. I'm like, it's absolutely just where it's not worth it. And it's a shame. It's a shame. Beacon Barrel will operate like Oga's Cantina and limit all guests to 45 minutes per seating. See, that would piss me off. If I'm paying money, like I've been in Oga's Cantina, if I'm paying my money to sit there in the rain, you're going to kick me out in 45 minutes. Ridiculous.
Yeah, what if you
85%.
have food and your kid, you're at that other cantina, you have a small kid, they're eating, they're taking their time. It took you 20 minutes to say get served. Still going to kick you out? That's horsepower.
I don't know if that's enforced, honestly, because I was streaming there for almost an hour.
Okay.
No one said a word to me. Maybe because I wasn't drinking like alcohol. I had to go there just coincidentally. I think the Acolyte had gotten canceled that same day, so I had to go to Oga's Cantina.
I remember that.
Remember that?
Now I remember that. You went there and celebrated. I'm drinking to I remember you saying, "Hey, cheers to canceling the Acolyte," and the looks you were getting was hilarious.
'Cause I didn't give a damn. So didn't. See, that's the difference between that's the difference between me and we'll say Disney shows. Because if it's crap, I'm gonna tell you and your mama that is crap. I did not freaking care because, frankly, most of the people who were in Oga's and King Cantina really weren't original trilogy Star Wars fans either. So, you know, God, I love doing that. 85% of the people in World Showcase were drunk and annoying and running into each other. Yes, it has become basically a kegger. Because remember, there used to be the open secret was drinking around the world. And could you make it drinking around the world? Sometimes you did, sometimes you didn't. But it was how would I say it was? It was an open secret, but it was kind of like a polite sort of thing. You weren't drinking to get sloppy drunk. You were just like, can I try all of these great drinks around the world before I have no tolerance anymore? Now it's just, it's like New Orleans in the quarter during Mardi Gras. If you've ever been, that's the reason why they say do not wear your good shoes in the quarter, because lots of people are drinking and like throwing up, and it's just.
I want to wear hip waders when I go there.
It is every time I go to the quarter, you can smell how old it is, and that it's below that it's below sea level. So keeping up with yet more things that Disney is trying to impress us with, here is a new look at the Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away. The new nighttime parade, well, not new, it's basically rehashed from Tokyo Disneyland, coming to the Magic Kingdom on July 20th. So apparently there's, I guess there's an Imagineering channel on YouTube, then we call it Imagineering, also introduces Whimsy, the character on the front of the finale float. What the hell? Who is Whimsy? Anyway, this is not new to those of us in the theme park game. We've seen this particular parade from Tokyo Disneyland. We show pictures of it with like the blue fairy, that like amazing float, and just how much of, I would say, like a great show of
that's
the
Whimsy.
Classics of Disney. What?
You're looking at Whimsy right there.
Why does that look like Thomas the Tank Engine's flamboyant cousin?
Because it is Thomas the Tank Engine's flamboyant cousin. But yes, that's Whimsy right there. Look how happy they are. Look how proud they are.
So
we put a face on a train and called it a brand new Disney character.
So, all right. So we're not showing the Fab Five.
I'll be right back. I'm going to be sick.
We're not showing the Fab Five at the end of the parade. We're not showing perhaps the fairy godmother at the end of the parade. We don't have this big, huge finale that reminds you of the creativity of Walt Disney. Instead, and you can quote me on this, I know some pixie dusters are going to get mad, but I really don't freaking care. There's cupcakes at Publix. You hear me say that repeatedly. We've got Thomas the Tank Engine's flamboyant cousin. I know I'm not the only person who sees this.
I thought the same thing. I was like, what is this, his cousin?
Thomas the Tank's flamboyant cousin in drag.
Mm-hmm. Thomas just said, I am not getting paid enough to look like this. None of this.
As a person whose name is Tom, I'm offended. Ron, you're muted.
I can't. Why what?
So
Olin agrees with you. This is why do you go for who even freaking knows who this is? I just
okay. So on YouTube, you guys can hear me now, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they play the very beginning of this, and they play the audio, and as Whimsy is coming out, he's kind of got this interesting voice, and he goes, "Hi, everybody, I'm Whimsy. My pronouns are they them."
That's somebody has got to take this picture and put
that real,
up
Ron?
as a speech bubble.
No, but I wouldn't be surprised. I would never put that past Disney to actually do that and put that in the parade.
I can't. I can't. I mean, you guys couldn't put Powerline in this parade. I mean,
how
of
do
all the things,
Thomas the Tank don't sue them for trademark information?
That's probably why it looks flamboyant instead of straight on Thomas the Tank Engine. It's 25% different, as Andre likes to say, of Midnight's Edge. What about this says anything about Disney? I mean, you could have made an amazing Jiminy Cricket float. You could have made that.
I actually have. I've heard that Jiminy Cricket ends this parade.
Is he riding on the flamboyantly gay train?
Well, no. Well, all of the main characters are. All of them, like Mickey and Minnie and Goofy and Pluto and Donald and Daisy. I think they're all on this train.
Oh, so they're on. I can't. You know what, Dan? It is. As much as I loved Spectral Magic, and I loved Spectral Magic. I love the music of Spectral Magic, but the electrical parade was the GOAT. Just from like how it started as a kid, I would just like to lose my freaking mind when you hear the announcement and all of that.
The best part. Now, looking back, the best part of Main Street Electrical Parade was the very beginning. The very first thing that you heard was, in fact, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, right from, and I'm like, and it's an integral part of that parade, by the way, and I can't not believe that Disney has taken that away. I mean, I'm like, look, if you're so offended by this whole gender stuff, but you believe there's so many of them, then why don't you just list all of them? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Z's and Zims, theys and thems. just go through all of them. Let's have all 1,000 listed.
In that case, you might as well, hey, to enjoy this play, please go visit our new pubs and eateries and drinkeries. and have more rum and
there's the rum.
so you can watch this parade and not want to puke.
Okay. I'm trying not. So trying not to say what's trying to escape from
I'm
my mouth
behaving,
right
LaReina.
now.
I really am behaving.
I really am, because I don't want to get demonetized. But let's just say, if we can look at this and see that,
You know what the kids are thinking.
you know what the kids are thinking.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting for one of these little kids to basically say, "Why does that look like Thomas the Tank Engine? Is why is he gay?"
Is Thomas the Tank doing a drag queen story time, Mom?
Is now here's my question. Where will Mark Malkin from Entertainment be out there and with a microphone, and these guys basically going, "Hey, is this the gayest parade Disney's ever done?"
I mean, look, if you want to do a pride float, y'all can do better than this. I'm gonna put that out there right now. But there is, of all things, whimsy. I don't know who thought of this. I mean, we'll do. Oh Lord, oh please don't remind me of that. Please don't remind me. Don't remind me. Oh, who was that?
I wonder if
Long
there's going to be a
Rua?
lawsuit.
Hmm?
I wonder if there's going to be a lawsuit that ensues from the Thomas the Tank Engine people.
I don't think so. Disney's used Thomas the Tank before. They used him in Ant-Man. So they might have some type of
permission.
I mean, that's not a Thomas the Tank thing, and you can make. I mean, a train with a face is also. I think you can get away with that if it does not look. I mean, that doesn't look.
Yeah,
exactly
it's like it's 25% different.
It's still
It's a close run, but not identical.
Yeah, it makes you want to.
Yeah.
That looks kind
Just
of.
enough to not get
Hey
sued.
guys,
That's
what
Disney.
can we rip off now that will save our brains from thinking on actual doing our job?
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, let's add whimsy onto it. Now, granted, I am looking forward to a nighttime parade. I am looking forward to seeing this, and yes, I will be there the first night. And which reminds me, you can thank Disney, because they anticipate such large demand for this. If you're a pass holder, you need a day reservation at the
That is
Magic Kingdom.
ridiculous. They don't even
And
have the crowds to do this. And do they really think that their crowd levels are just going to uptick to the point of, oh, we got to control the crowds. Let's do reservations.
I think reservations are so they have enough staff. I'm telling you, they just don't want to pay staff to be there unless they
That's true, but I think the reservations for this are so that people cannot hop over. In other words, if you have Epcot, Animal Kingdom, or Hollywood Studios reserved as a pass holder for any of those days, or if you just want to go in after 2:00, either way, to any of those parks, you cannot do that. So what they're doing is that even if let's say that you wanted to spend the day at Animal Kingdom and then drive later that night to Magic Kingdom, here's what you'd have to do. Your reservation has to be for the Magic Kingdom. You have to go in at 9:00 in the morning, scan into Magic Kingdom, and then go over to Animal Kingdom. That's what they're going to make you do if you're a pass holder and you wanted it. Now, you could do it. You could physically do it, but that's what you'd have to do. Same thing for Epcot. Epcot's the easiest because you could scan in at the Magic Kingdom and then go back to the TTC and ride over to Epcot and spend your day there and then come back at night. But that's what they are trying to prevent, basically, is that they're trying to make sure that only reservation holders will be able to get into the Magic Kingdom later at night to see this parade, because they don't want well, you think about the staffing. Well, we've got to call in double the amount of employees right at 6:00. That basically is what they're doing.
And also to add, you can't, let's put it, you can't get into the Magic Kingdom after 2 p.m. on the weekends, on Saturday and Sunday. I think it's both Saturday and Sunday. So that was already known that you couldn't do that. So that's why people are like, yeah, we know that. That's been there. So you know what? During the week, guess what? We'll just hop over to the Magic Kingdom and check out this parade. No, no, no. You got to have a reservation. So this so-called anticipated demand, I think, is manufactured, especially given that most of the attractions are darn walk-on right now. So this is.
I know it. Okay. So they're going to control how busy it seems because their park sucks right now and it's not getting the attendance that they want. This is their flagship park. And out of all the parks, this is the one park they want to see shine. Mm-hmm. So this is what they're doing. And you know what? People will do it. The reservations, I think, will, at least for a little bit.
I have a reservation for the 21st and 23rd, so I can make sure that I see this. But then I just had a thought in my head, and this is a good tip for anybody that does go. While this parade is going on, this might be the best chance you have to go ride Tron at night. Without a line. I just thought of that. Like, hey,
that is true.
Everybody's going to be veering towards this parade. If you see it once and then you go and get on Tron, but you can ride Tron.
I'm a sucker for the night parades. We saw Spectral Magic and the Main Street Electrical Parade, and those were the parades I never missed. I'm not one for parades, but if we were there and they were having any of those electrical light parades, we always saw them. I didn't care if I saw them 100 times. They were I just loved them. I love lights. I love anything that glows and that's sparkly. So I'm the type, I wouldn't skip this to go. Now I would skip the fireworks and go ride rides, but I would be there for the parade.
Well, to be fair, this was also Walt Disney's favorite time in his own parks. He loved going to Disneyland at night, and he talked about it a lot. So that was having a nighttime parade. Finally back at the Magic Kingdom, which is supposed to be a staple of the Magic Kingdom, and it's been literally a decade without one. This is the problem with this is that it's not new; it is necessary. It's as needed, and it needs to come back. And it's really not coming back soon enough. Whimsy or not, it needs to be back. Especially with a third of the park shut down.
It really does. And to add to what Erica was saying, like when my family would go to the parks, we could never get there on time, so we'd wind up getting there like 12, 1 o'clock, so we were usually at the park until it closed. So at night, being able to see these nighttime parades were just amazing. There is something about all of these lights on these floats, and especially the music, and getting to just sit there and enjoy this parade with your family. So I will be there on the 20th, so you guys can see the pent up demand. And as usual, we'll see the parade starting and the parade ending, because you know how I do. I do the commando thing to watch the parades. And we'll get to actually see how good it is, or it is not. But I would say visually, it looks like it's going to be nice. It's going to be probably. I mean, I would see it and watch it every night, but again, here's the thing: it's like it's not something that they originally came up with for the Magic Kingdom. They took it from Japan, and we've been able to see that nighttime parade from Japan on YouTube. And those of us in the game, because normies probably have no idea, but we're going to be comparing the two. And there's just something about the spirit of that one in Tokyo Disneyland that if this one doesn't have,
not
going to be as popular as because they think it's going
There's
to be.
there's a ride over there too. I don't know if it's Tokyo, but the one that I really really want more than any other ride to come to somewhere in Walt Disney World property is the Beauty and the Beast ride. That thing looks spectacular.
Oh my gosh! Yes, it's so beautiful. The Beauty and the Beast ride. I'm so just so darn jealous. Well, one of the things that I'm more pissed about and angry, of course.
Oh god.
Now, it was bad.
What?
Yeah, yeah. Before
They
I get to this
couldn't do like
story,
they couldn't do like a static display. I don't.
they are
This is
not.
only a rumor so far.
Yeah, this is a rumor, but
Yeah, you know how.
it's a rumor that it's got enough empirical evidence from the past to pretty much say if you
Yeah.
were a betting person in Vegas, you would bet on that rumor being true. So just to show everybody, like this was when I went last Sunday. This was the last, well, we'll say the last ride. Yeah, sorry, I gotta get paid for this. It was like the last ride. Now you had the last ride on the Liberty Bell. You had people who were walking up there at the last minute to get on. They had plenty of room for you to get on. Oh wow, I got a long one on here. Okay. It was so much that people were like cheering when some folks got on. With the line that I'm waiting in is the one that is the one that, and I have to think again, thank Theme Park Casual. They were giving away wristbands for the official last cruise on the Liberty Bell, which I'm going to call it the vlogger cruise because pretty much every single vlogger that I know that covers the Disney parks, that the ones here in Orlando, we're on that cruise. So they had us over here to the side. So we're watching all the folks here get on the absolute last cruise that they had. And there we are, that you see a whole lot of vloggers. But yeah, there it goes. That's the last official voyage of the Liberty Bell. And you can see people gathered, excuse me, along Frontierland to watch this. Now, if the Liberty Bell didn't need a darn thing, why would these people be lined up? And not only that, but they were blocking out the darn pass holders below Sorcerer before Sorcerer Pass.
Oh yeah, I was
And
blocked out.
that's them getting off. But yeah, then they
That's
this is
why
when
we did our last stuff on I think it was the Tuesday night. That's where we're like soaked in the rain. That's when I'm still recovering from being sick from that.
it was just, oh my gosh. I mean, this was the one where you had to have like a wristband. It wasn't advertised. I just happened to find out.
And this is the last ride, right? You were on the very last one.
Yes, this is the very last ride. We'll say the one for the publicity shots. That's what this one was. And you had people, again, they were lined up in Frontierland to watch as this one, goes
Man,
goes
I
by.
just realized. I just realized something. They really, and I mean really, ruined it for Halloween.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, okay.
Look at that beautiful sunset.
I'm really gonna have to hold back here and be polite because that was one thing I never got to do. I never got to do the Liberty Bell at Mickey's Halloween party because they had all the fog and the glowy, like mystical lighting, and the Dapper Dans that were basically the Living Dead singing on the boat.
The Cadaver Dans, I think, is what they were called.
I'm Okay, livid doesn't even begin to describe how I feel right now.
No, and you know what the worst part of this is we all know now, if you've been paying any attention to this whatsoever, none of this is necessary even to do cars. They could have simply shifted some planning around and did cars somewhere very, very close to where they're doing it, but without destroying any of this. By the way, LaReina, have you seen like the maps of, I think BioReconstruct has some shots of the staging area, like above Magic Kingdom, where you can see down and you see the staging area. The staging area is, I want to say, 3 or 4 times as big as all of this. And you can see in the staging area, you're like, okay, so you could have used what is the staging area for all of this construction, and you're not doing that.
No, they're really not, because they could care less. They want to destroy Americana. This whole thing, again, it's a love letter to just how integral expansion was for us to get the Mississippi River in America, the culture along the Mississippi River, how just not only economically important, but the whole Mississippi River Valley. Mark Twain wrote about, one of, if not the most prolific or say well known, American author of this particular time period. This boat, every time I've gone to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, I'm like, why is it they don't have a haunted cruise? It would have been perfect to have the haunted riverboat cruise. But even with the Liberty Bell dock there, like Erica was saying, with the lights and the fog and the spooky lighting, it just added to the atmosphere of it. And this thing was always, for the most part, pretty popular. You get to go around when it's to get away from the crowds and
the sun.
And the sun, and just enjoy it, especially for kids who are overstimulated. I cannot stress enough.
And here's another thing. I don't understand why they did not lean into. I mean, they did Tiana's, right? They did Tiana's, put that there.
Mm-hmm.
May not like it, but you know what? If you're going to do it and it's going to be there and it's going to be permanent, lean into it. You got the riverboat right there, literally from the movie, from Princess and the Frog. You got the riverboat. Put a freaking restaurant right there. Somewhere against the river, put Tiana's Palace, take a section of what was Frontierland and make it into a mini New Orleans Square, which was being talked about. I even heard about it, and they're doing this instead, and it just none of this makes, you cannot wrap your head around it. I have a feeling a few years from now we are going to see Cars Land finished, and there's going to be massive disappointment in what Cars Land ends up being, compared to what we had to lose to get it. Because that's how I feel now about everything at Hollywood Studios. I am so disappointed, heartbroken. What other? I mean, Hollywood Studios to me was a great park that has now been diminished into, I don't know. I don't even want to go there anymore. I love the Tower of Terror. That's fun, and that's about it, because there's just not much else at Hollywood Studios that has the magic that it used to have when you had the backlot tour in the streets of America, Lights, Motors, Action, which I love. I can't just Lights, Motors, Action alone.
Remember when the merchandise used to reflect Hollywood themed? You could get like the little action, whatever they're called, that they, with the movies, like they're like picture frames, and everything was just themed into like golden Hollywood movies. And now you go there and it's the same stuff you can find at Disney Springs or at Magic Kingdom at the Emporium. There's really nothing unique anymore over at Hollywood Studios.
It's
just mass, sell merchandise, everything, get it as much places as we can.
And it's
give
all
you
repeat
nothing to
stuff.
really
Like
designate that.
it's
Oh, I went
there's
to this park and not that park. Nothing
Mhm.
exclusive.
It's so
at
homogenous.
least Epcot has some merch that's exclusive to each pavilion. I will give them that. They do still have that for now. Let's see how long
Mhm.
that lasts, because I'd have zero faith in Disney anymore. But it would just be nice to see Hollywood Studios be, bring back the themed, what's wrong with having a Hollywood themed park? I don't understand like what they were thinking.
There was never anything wrong. They were supposed to put Galaxy's Edge in a different place. It was supposed to go where part of it, like Monsters, the new Monstropolis is going. And they could have saved the Streets of America. They could have saved Lights, Motors, Action, and they chose specifically to not do that as a cost-cutting measure, supposedly. And I'm sorry, but there's nothing in Toy Story Land at all that was worth. I know the coaster, people love the coaster, whatever. It wasn't worth getting rid of the stuff that made Hollywood Studios cool. There's just there's a part of me that wishes that in order to expand Hollywood Studios, they'd put a really cool like walking bridge with an escalator or something like that over the World Drive and build into that area that's on the other side across from Coronado Springs, which is a possibility and would make the park really cool. But man, they won't spend the money. They're just I'm so frustrated with Disney.
Spend the money, but not on what they need to. They do it on craptastic movies.
It's
yeah, that's
what I'd say about what I will say about with Hollywood Studios. It was supposed to be the Hollywood that never was realistically. So it was supposed to be like you stepped into this Hollywood that you've seen in the movies, as opposed to the Hollywood with all, the drugs and the crime and everything that's going on. But yeah, I'm just like, Hollywood don't really look this clean, but it was like going in the golden age of movies and film and animation and all of that. That's what it was supposed to be. And they've completely lost their vision. Just like, you know what, we're just going to shove stuff in here. And that's
They
going to
stopped
be it.
theming. They don't know how to theme anything anymore.
No.
They're just putting whatever they want in random places, or if they find something that's offensive, we'll just replace that. And it has no thematic sense whatsoever. And all of the parks are turning into this just hodgepodge of, it's like your junk drawer in your kitchen. That is what Disney Parks is turning into.
My junk drawer has more sense, at least.
Well, we got a couple super chats that I want to get to here real quick before we get to the article. Storm Weaver, and this is actually for Ron over in his channel, 25 Canadian dollars. Thank you so much. Ron, thanks you. Says, hi, Bradley and crew. Hope all is well with you and yours. Have a great weekend. All the best and take care. That's actually pretty cool. This is the first time I've gotten a super chat from somebody else's channel that's on their channel. So I just wanted to make that distinction. So I'm pretty sure Ron is really, really thankful for that 25 Canadian super chat from
Yes, thank you very, very much.
Weaver, thank you very much. And you know what? Here on my channel, whether it's for me or for someone else, here we go.
This is pathetic.
Join in, folks. It's yodeling time.
Here at Lester's
Elephant green screen effect.
This is pathetic.
Gotta have it on the loop. But thank you so much. Not that I think you guys minded, but
Park.
They should have clipped that part from Goofy Movie where the kid's like, I don't want to go. And it's a replica of like the mouth actually from Gatorland, but it's a possum skull instead. Kiss my grits. Thank you so very much for that super chat, my dear. I sure do appreciate that. 9.99 super chat. Let's hit you with a little less Grossman. Let's see here.
I know you want the goodies. Welcome to the goodie room.
Rumor. The same WDI team that built Tiana's Bayou Adventure is in charge of villains at Magic Kingdom. Yeah, I heard that. Allegedly, the dark ride they're designing will mirror the Beauty and the Beast ride from Tokyo, but will it actually be good and work? Well,
That's interesting.
oh gosh. Oh wait, we lost Ron for a minute. Okay, there it goes back. Uh, they're
So
designing to
what
mirror the one.
what's this dark ride going to be themed in? Like which movie character, or actually I should be asking cluster of characters and stories.
I have no idea. It's almost like, are they gonna rip off of the ride they should have never gotten rid of, which is Snow White's Scary Adventures? Are they gonna have something like that that's around the evil queen? I don't know, but will it actually be good and work? Considering their last project, Tiana's Bayou Adventure, and just the absolute train wreck that was. You bring in Tony Baxter and you muzzle him with an NDA, and then you come up with this attraction that you're pushing to have released for Juneteenth rather than when it's ready to. So basically, the cast members and the pass holders wind up being your alpha testers, and the thing doesn't even work, and it even strands your guests that show up on the attraction. That's why if you ever see that shot
It
of
wasn't
Hugh
even a beta
David's
test.
face,
I
he's
love it.
not even in the attraction, and his face is just like, "What the hell am I doing here?"
Even the celebrities, the celebrities are like, this doesn't work.
It doesn't work. You see Jennifer Lewis on there,
You know it's bad
clapping.
when.
Yeah, we stuck. Okay, so we're just gonna clap and start singing. But that the crappy merchandise. I apologize to the Leah Chase family. As a fellow Creole, I am so freaking outraged and disgusted. This lady was literally one of the first ladies of cuisine in New Orleans. Okay, y'all had the nerve to not only put some generic hot sauce that you overcharged by 200% on it and really should not be served to any human being whatsoever. You have the audacity, the culinary audacity to create an abomination called gumbo spice.
Oh God.
There
For
is no
real?
such thing as gumbo spice.
They also have the worst chocolate bar I've ever tasted in my
Oh, it
entire
did not
life.
taste like Bananas Foster. Bananas Foster is supposed to taste like bananas and caramel and cinnamon with rum on it, and you flambe that stuff, and then you serve it with ice cream. It is one of the best boozy desserts created in New Orleans. Brennan's restaurant, to be specific. That is one of the most delicious desserts, and sometimes you can even get it in a crate too, which is like really, really good.
Still
But no,
never tried it.
it's so good.
Bananas Foster served tableside is the best. When they come to your table and they do it, and the flames, and oh my gosh, it's so good. And that, so the bar tastes like. Well, okay, let me put it this way. The chocolate bar that they serve does taste like Bananas Foster after it's been through the body.
Yeah, pretty much. It kind of looks like it too.
I was hungry until you said that, Ron. Thank you.
It is the worst. I mean, they even have the gift shop closed. The gift shop there that they're so proud of is closed. So the simple fact that they couldn't even deliver an attraction correctly on time. The Country Bears makeover, which I'll sit through it anyway because it's still a fun time. That actually was done and went off with a little bit of a hiccup, but for the most part operates. Tiana's Bayou Adventure, the water level sucks. I mean, do you ever remember seeing the ramp from Splash Mountain? Usually there was so much darn water coming off of that sucker. I didn't even know. I didn't even know there was like an actual ramp. I used to think it was just water because there was so much water from the cannons and all of that. They had to lower the water level in order for that thing to freaking work. And Ron and I rode that the first day that we could. We got in on the cast member previews. It was pure crap. So no, I do not trust them whatsoever.
No, I like that's the worst part is this whatever's going in. Yeah, it's hard to trust the Imagineering team right now. Go get that super on them.
Yeah,
up there.
Yeah, they're just not. Kiss my grit. Oh my gosh, my dear. Thank you so much for blessing me with this. And their 1999 super chat. Oh, I got to hit you with something special for this one. Let's see. Here we go.
And the Disney stock just keeps going down and down and down. And then Bob Iger is all like, never should have been
Cartman does the best. A lot of Disney groupies like to claim that Disney doesn't compete with or care about Universal, but that's BS because Disney/WGI has changed their entire business model to compete with Harry Potter and now flood the parks with IPs. Yes. Yeah. Do you know where the real tipping point was people paying more attention to Universal? Do you know when that happened?
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm. When they basically said, guess what? We are bringing the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. It's like, wait a minute.
But
you mean like from the movies, we're going to be able to go in there. We're going to be able to use wands. We're going to be able to like go through, go in Aragog's spider den and dragon fight. Really? We're going to be able to buy robes from the houses.
Listen, all of that was Bob Iger's folly because they had the opportunity to do something with Harry Potter at Disney. And basically they said, oh God, why can't I think of her name? Darn it. I hate it when that happens.
Which one?
Harry Potter's creator.
J.K. Rowling.
Yes, J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling, it was very simple. She said, as long as I get to sign off on whatever the final product is. And Disney said, oh no, we can't do that. And Universal said, oh yeah, that's a great idea. You want creative control? We think that would probably be for the best because you're the creator. And that moment, that changed everything in theme park history because I'm telling you, if we would have gotten Harry Potter at Disney under Bob Iger, it would have been such a letdown. Oh. And what we got, it changed the whole scope of everything theme parks. And I'm saying this as somebody who is not a fan of Harry Potter, the movies, but I love those lands. I love going to Diagon Alley. I love going to the Ministry of Magic, and I love going to Hogwarts and Hogsmeade. And they have done a spectacular job of theming. And here's the problem with Disney. Disney is, in fact, attempting to compete with that, and they've only minorly come close with that level in Pandora. Pandora it's good, although it needs to be expanded and become bigger and better. But with Galaxy's Edge, super misfire, doesn't even represent anything you've ever seen in a Star Wars movie.
No.
And Toy Story Land, which is supposed to be Andy's backyard, it does not feel like the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids play area felt so much more like you were in a backyard and the size of a toy than the Toy Story Land does. Even though some of the rides are kind of fun, and Toy Story Mania, which was there before the land, fantastic ride. I love Toy Story Midway Mania. The roller coaster is fine, but you didn't really need it. there's nothing that makes me feel like I'm a big giant toy when I walk into Toy Story Land. It just doesn't feel that way. In Harry Potter Land, I feel like I'm part of that world.
And the reason why James Cameron got such a great presentation for the world of Pandora, because he saw what happened with J.K. Rowling. And he had tight creative control over how Pandora looked. And it's obvious when you go. I had zero interest in watching the Avatar movies, but walking through World of Pandora, looking how authentic it is at night, it looks absolutely gorgeous. If you're in the queues for even the boring boat ride, which it is boring, the queue is still entertaining. The queue for Flight of Passage, there's a reason why people will wait 3 hours, because as soon as you step into that queue, you're literally getting steps through the Avatar films, like all the sets, like the lab. I can sit there and watch that all the time.
Those creative things that they've done in the lab with the little black whatever they are that are moving around and stuff. I mean, there's some super duper creativity there in the lab, and of course you see the giant avatar floating around, and that's pretty amazing. It's the most spectacular ride at Walt Disney World, and the best that they've done with the theming of both the queue and the ride, and it's a fantastic experience, but it's so isolated. And here's the worst part: the land is best to be seen at night. When is it ever open at night?
Yeah, and they stopped opening it late. Late. It's like, you guys could.
Wait,
oh my gosh!
do we know the lights still work? Are you sure they're not having an Epcot floor problem?
Yeah, they work.
What's black lights?
They work too good.
I'm teasing, Ron. I'm teasing.
They work too good at night. If you walk through Pandora, it has like this bioluminescent effect that just, you don't even feel like you're on Earth. Fanny Willis Booty, thank you so very much for that $9.99 super chat. Let's see, I hit you up with this one. Thank you for that, my dear. Says Erica is right. So dissatisfied with Disney. On a side note, hail to y'all. Keep up the great work. Well, thank you. And yeah, it's the Disney dissatisfaction. It's so palpable. I mean, again, I was in the Magic Kingdom not too long ago. We should not be able to walk onto Pirates of the Caribbean during 4th of July week. We shouldn't be able to do that with the Haunted Mansion either, but yet we do. It's like a Dan. It is like a ghost town. People they congregate
it's an expensive
on Main Street for the fireworks, and boom, everybody's gone. It's just it's I've never seen it like that ever. Are
they all hiding at bars?
No, too expensive to drink. You know what? No, they're leaving so they can drive to the ABC liquor store and load.
They're probably hitting the White Castle too.
Yeah. Well, this is from Blog Mickey, and it's a rumor. Liberty Bell Riverboat to be dismantled. This is the only year I've seen them deck out the Liberty Bell with bunting for the 4th of July. I've never seen them do that before. Future of the Liberty Bell Riverboat may not be what fans were hoping for. The boat, which has been removed from the rivers of America but remains in a nearby backstage canal, is rumored to be dismantled. The Liberty Bell Riverboat joined the Rivers of America in 1973 and continued operating until its final day of operation this past Sunday, July 6th. So where's the Liberty Bell right now? As of today, we're told it is in a backstage area just behind Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Now there is, if you guys saw the cruise, there is that like bridge where you go by Big Thunder Mountain, and the boat can actually go over there. So Disney has a proper dry dock located in the northwest corner of Bay Lake. There's a smaller secondary dock let's see, that the Liberty Bell sometimes parks at just behind Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Matter of fact, if you want to see where the Liberty Bell riverboat is currently located, you can pull up Google Maps and find it in the docked location. So let's see. You guys can't see my cursor, but upper left. Oh,
you can see it very
there they go.
well. Yeah,
There you
like
go. Yeah,
close in.
that's where it is. Look, there's no bunting on it. It is gone. It is gone. Totally gone.
You have to wonder what the people working on that feel like. You know,
I
like
wonder that too.
It was so sad. I mean, they in that particular video, I need to clip it and actually upload just the last cruise at the when they stopped back in dry dock. Cast member got on the called the PA and basically thanked everybody for being on. I think they said like the 100th cruise or something like that of the Liberty Bell, and you could hear it in the voice. And after that announcement, we were just clapping. And oh, the other thing is, when that final cruise went through, all those people lined up in Frontierland were clapping as the boat went by. Cast members, custodial, all of that coming out the wave. The ones that were operating, the Huck Finn, the rafts and everything, they were gathered and like waving and clapping. The ones over Big Thunder Mountain, same thing that they were doing. It was such a sad day, and a way that I could tell exactly how cast members were really just heartbroken about this. They just let folks stay on the boat as long as they wanted to take pictures. You could even take pictures with the Liberty Bell, Liberty Bell life raft and everything. They were not rushing people off the boat. People just, they were talking to cast members, we were talking to cast members about how long they'd been, working on the Liberty Bell. Just, it was sad. I can't imagine if just riding on the boat and remembering those memories and we're heartbroken about it. I can't even imagine how it is for the cast members. It's not insignificant.
Any way somebody could purchase that just to take it from Disney intact?
It's possible, but I don't. With Disney, here's my attitude about Disney, because someone said, well, oh, why doesn't Disney just sell Star Wars? Disney would rather burn Star Wars to the ground than sell it.
At least under Bob Iger, they would. That's for sure.
Yeah, I don't see. You know what I see them doing with this? I hope that I'm wrong, but I don't think that I am. They will dismantle this whole ship and sell back parts of it. Those of you who are pin collectors, you remember the piece of history pins where they have like a piece of a flag and a little bubble on that? How much do you want to bet that's what they're going to do? They're going to sell the parts.
I'm sorry.
They're going to sell the parts.
Yeah. I'm really going to shut up now. Like, really shut up.
Plus years of history. I mean, think about it. They commissioned that boat to be built. It was done, and that's a long serving. It's a piece of our history. It's been there since, what the hell? It doesn't make any
1973. And here's the thing. Why is it that Orlando, we have to lose our rivers of America? Disneyland still has theirs. Paris still has theirs. Tokyo, that's like not wholly Disney owned. Why is it we have to lose ours? I mean,
I've been asking the same thing. It just, none of this makes any sense to me, especially if you have any regard for Walt.
I wonder.
Roy.
that was on a track in Rivers of America. I'm wondering if it even has the ability to be a free floating vessel. I don't know
It
if it
has to
does
be
or not.
in that dock. I don't think they have tracks back there, Ron.
They could figure it out. They've got.
Well,
I'm sorry.
they could. There's a lot of things they could figure out, but you know,
I don't
they
think.
they have. It just feels to me like what they want to do is trash everything that went before. They don't want to remind people that it ever existed.
Gotcha.
And at least that's the way it feels to me, because if you look at all that they got rid of in Hollywood studios, there's no signs of any of it having ever been there. Even um, the great movie ride, which did not have to go away. The technology behind two rides specifically, the great movie ride, and also because of also Universe of Energy, the big giant vehicles that were how many hundreds of people could you fit on those vehicles? That was tons. Like I Universe of Energy was boring as crap, and I'd go in there to take a nap, but the vehicle system was amazing, and I
Yes.
would love to see that type of thing used somewhere else. And Disney Imagineering doesn't care for that kind of stuff anymore. Epcot used to be such a different park from everything else that you would see, and it's losing its identity so fast. And that's where Epic, I think, when you look at something like Epic has this unique place in history where it has the ability to bring back something that Disney has lost, and that is an identity as a theme park. Because Disney's becoming generic, and they shouldn't do it.
Totally generic. And there used to be a time when you could go to a Disney park and do everything within that day. Now, you can do, I would say, maybe 85% of what you want to do in Epic Universe, depending on when you get there. But a lot of it has to do with the volume of people. It's like going to Magic Kingdom. You need to either go right or you need to go left. And you're going to be in certain areas for quite some time before people clear out. Epic Universe, you got people swarming to Super Nintendo World on the left and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, the Ministry of Magic on the right. And people kind of swarm and they stay there and then eventually start to trickle out in other things. But there's so many other things that are going on. Celestial Park has all of that water, all of those fountains, and it's not just the fountains in one place, it's the fountains up and down Celestial Park. And there's just that calm feeling. Even if even you go to the Atlantic restaurant, all that water that's out there and all of that glass, it's something about that just reminds you so much of what Disney used to be. And it's something else. Hey, Pink T33. It's really sad. It's depressing, but Disney is doing this at their own peril. And if you think that it won't get worse, it probably will.
Yeah, and here's the thing. There's a lot of I wouldn't say there's a lot. There's actually quite a few of the pixie dusters that I've known in the past have talked about how sad they are about this type of stuff. But there are some other types of people I've seen on X in different places that they I really believe they're the minority voice. They're the small few who are loud, who are saying, no, we need to get rid of all this stuff. This nostalgia needs to be gone, got rid of. Cars is going to be awesome, which I think by the way, that's hilarious. Who cares about the Muppets? Who cares about this old stuff? Let it be, let it go, let it be. And I'm like, your voices might be loud, but I don't think they're going to back this up with money come 5-10 years from now. And I really do think that there's a very good possibility that the Disney parks lose a massive amount of market share over time, over the next 10 years, especially to Universal. Universal, the one thing that they don't have going for them is the space with all of the hotels and resorts that Disney has.
Mm-hmm.
Disney's Disney bubble is obviously enclosed within Disney World, and they have that advantage, not of the land, because they're not using land. A lot of that land they can't even use anymore. But they have the advantage of already having the resort infrastructure there, and so they can get people onto property easier. But Universal has ways of overcoming that by getting more people into their parks. If you end up enjoying the parks a lot more, guess what's going to happen over time? People will stay at Disney and they'll go to Universal parks.
Yep.
Well, you
Yep.
you got Epic's hotels right on there.
Mm-hmm. Erica, I know you have to sign off. I'm so glad you could drop in here for a little bit, my dear. I'll give you the last word and you can go ahead and shout out where people can find you.
I'm stream surfing, so you can find me here and here, Pro, T3PO. Yep, just bouncing around wherever I'm invited. And yeah, I gotta go. My eyes are hurting and my arthritis is kicking in.
Oh, well, go rest up, my dear. Thank you so much for popping in. You know I love having you on the show, my dear.
Thanks for having me. Bye, guys.
Bye. Another before I go off the subject. Well, actually, so anyway, so the last stream that I did, where it ended, and I went over to the Contemporary. So I'm sitting at a Contemporary in the Contemporary, Temporary Cafe, Kempo Cafe. And there's this family that's visiting, two little girls. So they're actually from out of the country. And cast member, they're just talking to the family and whatever and all that. And they're like, oh, where are you from? What have you been doing in the park? We're like, oh, we did X, Y, and Z, but we're checking out because for the next couple of days, we're going to be at Universal. And I'm not going to out said cast member, but let's just say that cast member sounded more excited talking about Epic Universe than about anything that Disney had to offer. So for those of you who think that, your garden variety tourists aren't paying attention and aren't seeing Universal as a viable alternative, you're wrong, because the media blitz that Universal has been doing over the past year is insane, and it's very, 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 very obvious. So the last thing we're gonna do, and it says "Kiss My Grits' fault." Oh, go ahead, Ron.
I just want to bring up one more thing about that.
Sure.
If you include SeaWorld and Aquatica in the Universal Vacation, you have the same footprint as Disney as far as parks are concerned. You now have 4 different parks you can go to. And by the way, I say this because SeaWorld and Epic are like practically next to each other. They really are, just like down the street, very close. So SeaWorld is an animal-based park like Animal Kingdom. So you can go there, you get your animal shows in, you get your fun stuff there. They've even got a version of Soarin' now, which is very, very cool. And you can have what once was only available through a Disney Vacation, you can have through Universal now and by the way, their water park, Volcano Bay, is astoundingly better than anything Disney has to offer. So.
It is. Volcano Bay is amazing. I'm just the people freaking out when you hear like the gong going off, which means the waves are coming. That wave pool is freaking is absolutely insane, and yeah, and I love it. It's absolutely great. All right, so this last thing we're going to do before we sign off, and this is Kiss My Grits' fault and Ron's fault. Orlando Theme Park Zone, watch physical altercation at Disney Springs caught on camera update.
This
And no,
some
I
Jerry
do not.
Springer type of stuff.
We're gonna see. All I'm gonna say is it's definitely it's not the two sisters from Jersey who were drunk and the one slipped in the others. That's still gonna be the goat story of all time from Disney Springs. So, a physical altercation between two parties at Disney Springs was caught on camera and posted on TikTok recently. I got to dig in TikTok. Video was posted. You can watch the 8-second video. This looks, yeah, this is Springer. This is so Springer. Oh my gosh. Let's see here. The look, the poor cast member.
Does this look like not this crap again?
Y'all don't pay me enough to deal with that.
If that was at Waffle House, she'd be over to Candler beating both their butts.
That's where the best fights are. Waffle House.
And yet they put this very scene into Ironheart at a White Castle. I'm so offended. Darn it. I'm a White Castle fan.
Yeah, I like White Castle. And I seen that. I was like, no. You just put No. First off, you have to be in Jersey for the White Castle because they're not in New York. Never mind.
Oh my gosh. I you know what? I will say this, and has a lot to do with I'm not even going to say it has a lot to do with the prices, because this is at Disney Springs where it is free to park all day. But what you will get is people who have forgotten common courtesy type of stuff, not cutting in front of people. If you do and it's by accident and you say, it's like, look, I'm so sorry, go, people are very, very willing to overlook certain things if you admit that you effed up. But those common courtesies seem to be gone from a lot of people. Also, you don't know if these people knew each other, or my favorite, when people let their domestic situations bubble over into public. I have seen stressed out families where they just go off on each other. Who knows what this was, but all I know is y'all are just it's Disney used to have a certain level of visitor. Okay, you wouldn't be caught dead doing some stuff like this. But it's you said free parking. Oh man, Phil, everybody know it's free parking. Do you know what we used to call Disney Springs back when it was downtown Disney? We used to call it Ghetto Disney.
Oh cow.
And it had even worse fights, then, and less security, but we used to call it Ghetto Disney. Why? Didn't cost you anything to go.
Yeah, I can't mention the incident that I personally know about from having worked there. It's too bad for the stream. Really, really bad.
The family theme park crash out is the worst thing to see. Yes, it really is. This is why I tell people, all right. Number one, don't go into tons of debt to go to Disney. If it's going to take you an extra year to save, take that extra year to save up. Forget the FOMO, because there's nothing worse than going on vacation broke, or even worse, using the household money to do it. Come back and you have no lights on, or an eviction notice or something like that, or foreclosure. You don't want to do that.
Hey, if your lights are rough, you save on your AC bill. Come on.
Exactly. I think the descriptive word for these people you are seeking is pathetic. Some people just have a bad day and stuff just piles up, and rather than saying, you know what, I'm going to walk outside, or some people who were just like, you know what, my bad, I'm sorry. Sorry goes a long way. Although there's some people who will not even take that, at all. But yep, that's Alan. That's what we called it. That's what we called it in grad school. Because I mean, if you had no money and you couldn't go to Disney, at least you could go to downtown Disney, and we used to call it Ghetto Disney.
And you wonder why they have security there now?
They had to because there was just like all kinds of stuff popping off that was down there at Disney Springs. It's kind of like the reason why I call the all-star resorts the ghettos of Disney. I do. There's a reason the all-star resorts and Pop Century and Art of Animation night and day, and they're all value resorts. There's a reason for that. You know it's bad when you're travel agents and it's like you don't want to stay All Star. I said no, I do not. No, I do not whatsoever. Uh let's see. Having to plan your stay in via Disney app doesn't make for a relaxing vacation. No, it is not. It used to be you could plan a Disney vacation and it wasn't like planning the equivalent of the invasion of Normandy in order to do that. They do not make it easy and they monetize your ignorance because of that.
No, and
So,
the worst part, that is the worst part of a Disney vacation. And there's still people who sometimes show up to Disney thinking that they can just go into Disney and hey, no big deal. Well, Disney is you it's very difficult to enjoy yourself at all without a massive plan. If it's different if you're a local and you're a pass holder and you can go anytime you want. But if you
mhm,
are vacationing there, let's say you came to Orlando and you said, oh, I don't know what we're going to do. Let's go to Orlando. And you stay in a hotel and they're outside of Disney. Hey, let's go to Disney for the day. You could literally spend $1,000 and get nothing done because you didn't plan. And that's what sucks now, big time.
mhm.
I mean, I was there. God, I looked up. I don't normally look up the daytime the single ticket.
Old Town does have its charm and fun spot, but it is what it is. Okay,
Yeah,
it is what it is.
old time.
Uh,
But it was I think it's 186 right now to go to the Magic Kingdom for the day for one person, and it's 186 $186. I mean, you know,
that's
just
before tax, right?
yes, and I'm
Okay.
thinking, just a couple months ago, $186 would get you at least 3 dozen eggs. So, but eggs have come down a lot in
Yeah,
price, a
they have.
lot, a lot.
I can now get my 18, count eggs for $4 instead of 8. So I'm
Yeah,
very very careful. Old Town is a Walmart or tourist destination. It is. And you know what? If you want a fun,
there's
just not very expensive, but you want a true Florida experience, you go to Old Town. There's this
Old
cool
Town
anime
and Fun
story to go
Spot.
to. Old
There's
They
Town
got
and
a
Fun
good.
Spot.
Old Town has good car shows too. Just saying.
yeah, the car
Yes,
show.
they do. They do.
There's some really cool things,
They
yeah, in
really
Old Town,
do.
and then of course just down the street from Old Town is medieval times, so there's that too.
That's a
Yeah.
fun time, medieval
It's
time.
what's sad to me though is that whole area of 192 that used to be such a cool area is just
Mhm.
gone so down a hill and it's so run down and it's kind of scary and it's weird.
Yeah.
That's what's one of the reasons that even if I had the money to, I would never move to Celebration because Celebration is adjacent to that entire area of 192, and that kind of scares me, especially
Do
at
they?
night.
Do they still have
Mm,
Capone's?
Yeah, I think so.
mhm.
The dinner show.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't know. I had friends that worked at Compone's. I don't know. I
Mm.
don't think
that
they're
was fun. That
still
was fun.
there.
This is
Pirates is still
the
around though.
Oh, that's okay. This is a good one actually to end the stream on. Imagine a vacation with 2 or 3 small children fully planned through would be a nightmare for me. Yeah, as someone who's taken small children to Disney, what I tell people about that is do half as much, half as fast. Let that be your whole guide with planning and plan your day so that if you need to pop smoke and get the heck out the park, because sometimes it's just like, okay, we're scrubbing the rest of the day. We're just going back to the hotel and just go swimming.
You know what I call that, Lorena?
Yeah. What?
No plan survives contact with the enemy.
Yeah. That's kind of that's what you have to do. I mean, I've seen so many people overwhelm their kids, dragging them around and yelling and saying how much it's going to cost. How much your trip costs is not your kid's problem. Okay, that's your problem. So the more you plan, the less money Disney can pull from you for your ignorance. So with small kids, remember, Tom's right. Yep. Kids, remember, half as fast, half as much, half as fast. And your ass ain't getting out of Fantasyland anytime soon. All right. Just no. 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 Especially if you have a little girl that loves princesses. I'm gonna tell you, I didn't get out of Fantasyland. I didn't. I didn't. I never got out until like the end of the day. End of the day, is Bumper the cat still kicking it there? Oh, Professor X, where is he? Where is he? Well, it's during the day, so he's sleeping. Yeah, at night he's all over the darn place. Well, folks, as always, I love this show. Love informing you guys. Love having a good time, especially with all my channel, all my viewers out there. Between my channel, between Ron's channel, we're kind of like all a big ecosystem over here. Ron, what do you have going on? Let the folks know about.
I just finished. A couple little final touches actually are coming to it, but my SeaWorld vlog, where I do a rundown of the newest ride at SeaWorld, Expedition Odyssey, which replaced Wild Arctic. And so that vlog will hopefully be up on the channel today. I'm not sure if I'm going to have a chance to finish it up today. It might be tomorrow, but it will be up there, and it is me going to SeaWorld and it's a review. It's funny because I could not believe the traffic getting into SeaWorld, and it's so different. SeaWorld is just massively busy compared to Disney right now. It's just it's night and day. In so much that their parking lot fills up completely, and there's overflow parking that you have to go to. So it's crazy at SeaWorld, and it's fun, and they've got Bands Brews and Barbecue around the corner. If not, no, I guess it started already, right?
Yeah.
So SeaWorld stuff is coming up. I'll be live possibly tomorrow at Universal because that's something my audience picked. But I'll be doing a live stream from Islands of Adventure soon. And then we're moving around my daily schedule. I used to have the Daily Dish every morning, but I think that's going to change a lot. Monday nights, I'll be streaming from 8 to 10 p.m. In a pop culture and parks coverage show with hopefully a decent panel. And I'm still working on the schedule for how things are going to change around on the channel. But if you have been a fan of the Daily Dish, you've been coming in every day in the morning at 9 or 9:30, that's going to change a bit. I'll probably still do a morning or two, but I'm going to try and do more stuff in the afternoon and evening as far as live streaming is concerned. So look for those changes on the channel. And if you enjoy Buc-ee's, go watch the weird short that blew up to over 2 million views. So I can't believe it.
Wow.
I know. I need 10 of those shorts on my channel, and I'm good.
Well, folks, please do make sure that you are subscribed to Ron's channel. Follow the Bradleys. Fun. It's awesome because not only is he a great panelist, but we are actually neighbors. So
true.
But yeah, really, really cool.
Target buddies.
Target buddies. Yeah. I think I've seen his wife in Target more than Ron, and we always recognize each other. It's great. It's great. Tom, what do you have going on? Let folks know about, and where can they find you?
I'm swinging this around everywhere. Ron's channel, your channel, Pro's channel.
The greatest wrench there ever was, Mr.
I need a bigger one. This is getting too small.
Hey, Tom, it's not about the size. It's how you use it that matters.
I'm so glad it's not in this
Ron.
Yes, by Tom, his dogs.
Tom, if you shake it more than once, you're playing with it.
Don't call me Pedro.
Yes,
I'm not your peepaw, Ron.
There's the wrench. There's the wrench.
So yeah, I have my the device I talked about, LaReina, with you. Mm-hmm. That should be here today.
Oh,
so
okay.
I might be calling you later if I can't figure it out.
No worries. No worries. Yeah, let me know. You're gonna need a bigger wrench.
Yeah, I do.
Let's see. As for your girl, of course, y'all know I've started a gaming channel, so I've been kind of doing some gaming stuff on the side, offloading some videos from this channel onto the gaming channel. So that's a lot of fun. I've been having an absolute blast doing that, especially since I have a gaming rig now. So please do subscribe to that, and of course, Gaming with the Queen. You can very easily find it. Thanks to those of you guys who subscribe and checking the videos out there and trying to get that sucker monetized as soon as possible. So I appreciate all your support. As for over here, the channel that makes money right now, let's see, tomorrow. Let's see, I will be back at the Magic Kingdom at 7 p.m. Eastern. Of course, we go over to the Magic Kingdom, have fun. That's like my favorite night park to go to, even though they are destroying it. But I focus on the stuff that we like doing and having fun. And as usual, I'll have a poll for you guys to pick which attraction we're gonna ride to end the stream on. Just having fun looking at food, merch, all of that, seeing seeing if we can ride the Haunted Mansion and have it not stop. And you hear the salty cast member get on the PA saying that it's going to start immediately. There's so many shenanigans that are going on over in that attraction, but we'll get to that later. Also, let's see, Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. ET, the Spice Lounge. Yes, we are going to be talking about the new Superman movie, of course, because there's all kinds of opinions about the movie, but the only opinion that really, really matters, besides my own, is that of my panel members that are going to be there. So we're going to be talking about that and, of course, catching you up with the pop culture news that that you just need to pay attention to. That's just important. So that's, of course, is going to be on Tuesday. Let's see, I'm literally looking at my schedule over here. Thursday, I will be at SeaWorld. Going to be checking out our aquatic friends over there. Also seeing my favorite friends, the penguins. I love going over there to see them because they have all kinds of shenanigans that are going on. So we're going to be over there, and I am planning to live stream the Ignite drone show while I'm over there. Now, we saw a little bit of that on the 4th of July, but trying to go sit in Bayside Stadium so we can see that. And I believe there's another show. We're going to see if we can see, but I have to check out the schedule. So, of course, Thursday, I will be at SeaWorld. Let's see. And Sunday, of course, it's a week from now. Well, maybe I'll talk about this Sunday. Welcome to Florida show. We are going to be talking about Florida's most dangerous rap group, which would be Two Live Crew. And if you have not heard of them, they are partly, I would say, maybe 75% of the reason why there's that label on CDs and vinyl that says, parental advisory, explicit lyrics. Yeah, we're going to be talking about that on a Sunday show. And of course, the Sunday after that, I will be live streaming the new night parade out at Walt Disney World. So lots of stuff that's going on, kind of like Ron, shuffling some things around on the channel. I'm leaning more into theme parks most of the time, with, of course, pop culture in there, because as far as I'm concerned, theme parks are the physical manifestations of pop culture. And if you don't think that tracks, well, where's the word of Harry Potter? That's all I'm going to say. Walt did it first. All right, you guys. So, everybody, again, thank you so very much for being here. We're sure to appreciate your support of my channel. Please do make sure that you have subscribed to all of my panelists. I will have their link in the description box of this video. And if you're watching this from the future, thank you so much for watching the replay. Make sure you give it a like. Make sure you drop a comment, and we will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.